out of 3 loss after winning the opening game of the second half on Friday night. And one thing they'll have to do is start winning series if they want to put themselves in the hunt in the second half. And one last chance, one final chance to do that against a Sugar Land team that's given them trouble all season. This will be the last get-together between these two, whether that's a good thing or not.
Well, might be a good thing for the Skeeters coming into this evening. They have 12 wins against the Revolution thus far, and it's the team, the Skeeters, that the Revs have struggled against. They've gotten some wins at Constellation Field, the Skeeters' home ballpark, but for whatever reason, ever since the Skeeters have come into the league, they just hit well at Santander Stadium. That's something the Revs have to prevent tonight, and I like Frank Gailey's chances tonight, Darryl. He's faced the Skeeters only once before in a scoreless outing for 2 innings, and I think he's a pitcher of high quality, can definitely give the Revs a fighting chance.
He's had minimal amounts of starts in his career, but the numbers as a starter have been outstanding, and 4 no-hit innings in his first start with York on Sunday in Bridgeport. Well, the Revs will get one last chance to try to take care of the Skeeters here at home for this season. Historically, they've had a lot of difficulty with them here at Santander Stadium, as we mentioned. And coming off a 6-2 loss to the Barnstormers yesterday, not a whole lot going offensively for the Revs in that one. It was scoreless until the 5th. Lancaster scored 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and then 4 runs in the 7th inning as frustrations boiled over, especially with Rami Lewis, who was squeezed throughout the day and in big spots. And that was the kind of the lasting image and taste from that game yesterday afternoon. Although the lone offense coming with the Revs down to their final out in the 9th inning when Nick Ferdinand blasted a 2-run homer to left. So perhaps the start of him getting hot again, we shall see. But the Revs come in at 1-2 in the second half. The Skeeters come in at 1-3. And that one win was the game from opening night of the season that was moved to the second half. Overall, they've lost 5 in a row coming in here, including the 3 second-half games and their final 2 first-half games. All of those against Southern Maryland, who they played on the road before the break and hosted in Texas coming out of the break. Tonight it'll be left-hander Frank Gailey. Indeed, he is 1-0 with an ERA of 0. Righty Matt Wright goes for Sugar Land. He's 4-2 with an ERA of 3.53. Well, right now, wrestling night here at the stadium. Cale Sanderson, the Olympic gold medalist and current Penn State wrestling coach, is addressing the crowd here. And coming up on our pregame, tonight seems like a good night for a rant, doesn't it? Most nights are, and we actually won't be talking baseball with Rami Lewis. We'll be talking about something else that took place over the past weekend, so stay tuned for our next edition of Rami's Rants coming up. We'll check in with Mace here shortly as well. And the Revs signing a couple of new pitchers today, a couple of young guys, adding Dan Bartlett and Rob Frank to the roster, and kind of on a little bit of a tryout basis here for the next few days. They are on the All-Star break in their league, and we'll hear Mace tell us about those 2 young guys joining the squad. A couple of guys banged up, and today they placed Trevor Miller on the inactive list, at least temporarily. Hopefully it's just temporary. But we will get the lowdown on all of that from Mace coming up as well. First pitch tonight set for 6:30 here in York on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Want to learn to skate? Want to suit up and learn how to play some hockey? Come to the coolest place in town, York Ice Arena. Learn to skate programs are now available for all ages, for every skating ability. Kids of all ages will learn how to feel comfortable on ice, how to stand, and perhaps most importantly, how to fall properly. Class levels range from beginner to freestyle, where you'll learn basic jumps, spins, and footwork. Classes are taught by York Ice Arena skating instructors from White Rose Figure Skating Club. No skates? No problem. Skate rental is included in your registration. Or get on the ice for our York Ice Arena hockey programs. York Ice Arena coaches will focus on teaching proper techniques needed for anyone interested in playing hockey. Rental equipment is available for beginning players, both boys and girls. So get on the ice. Learn to skate. Learn to play. Sign up now. Group skating lessons and beginners hockey programs are forming now. Plus, York City residents get a 50% discount. Register today. Go to yorkskate.com and click on program info. York Ice Arena, the coolest place in town.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. With a full spectrum of care, including sports nutrition, concussion management, orthopedic surgery, and physical therapy, our winning team can help you prevent an injury or treat one. For immediate care, call 1-877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
This is a great interview.
I concur. Why would I retire? I'm not 40.
Call me the island boy.
I'm going to bleep that one out.
Please don't.
Which of your pitching teammates impressed you the most?
Nobody. They all sucked. I haven't shagged for 12 years. Stupid accounting class.
Yes.
That's those for the birds.
Yeah.
Now, fans, it's time for another edition of Ronnie's Rants.
There is no such thing as a key lime pie cheesecake. It is garbage. Don't eat it.
Here's Darrell Henry with the Revs pitcher, Ronnie Lewis, on WOYK.
Key lime pie.
Well, it's time for another rant, ladies and gentlemen. And what do you think of Wilson Valdez, Rami, who's staring at us from around the corner of the door?
I think he's a little creepy right now.
All right, the real reason we're here. Last year at this time, we were talking about you defending your World Cow Milking Championship of York belt. And in a shocking upset the other night, Chad Beck stole it away from you. First of all, is Chad a former teammate of yours with the Blue Jays?
He is. Yeah, we had some good times in Vegas. And I think we were up in Toronto together, too, if I remember correctly. He's a good guy. I like the dude.
Even now?
Yeah, even now. He's a good.
All right, so the way that I saw it, cow milking seems to be a bit of a team game. And I'm not sure that your teammate kept up his or her, I guess her, end of the deal. So what happened?
Darrell, I hope it was a her.
Oh, okay, all right. Maybe that was the problem.
Yeah, well, right when we started, the cow started walking away. And so I was trying to move with it, but it wasn't working, and I wasn't getting the milk in the bucket. And I was trying to hold the bucket under the udder and do it with one hand, and it just wasn't very effective. And it finally calmed down, and I was able to get into my groove, and it was too late.
Would you have preferred it to be a two-hand routine?
Yeah, to get more milk that way.
Yeah. So you got milk, it just didn't all hit the bucket?
Yeah, in the beginning, like I said, the cow was moving, and it was tough to really get a good aim. So not all of it made it in there. Yeah, I just found my stride too late, that's all.
Not the same animal as last year?
I don't know, we weren't really that intimate.
I didn't know if maybe you would see her eyes and know that it was her.
No, they all kind of have the same eyes, Darrell.
Did you name this one?
Nope.
Wasn't it Bess last year?
I have no clue, Darrell. What do you think, I took her on a date afterwards?
Who was your coach this year? Because that wasn't it Hendrickson last year?
I didn't need a coach, Darrell. It's my third year doing it. It's not that hard.
It was a tough defeat, and I sense you're still a little salty about it. Do you hope to see her again?
Not her. Maybe a more calm one.
I do feel like maybe the chemistry between you and the cow is an important part of the experience. Do you feel like that was lacking?
Yeah, I feel like Chad Beck may have had the same, mental capacity as the cow, so they connected on that wavelength. I might have made the cow feel a little uncomfortable with my knowledge. So, might have been my fault.
Yeah. Well, it did seem like you were a good sport and held your head high. Do you feel like you handled it okay? Were you happy with how you handled it?
Well, I didn't cry, Daryl, so yeah, I'm fine.
All right, Rami. Well, maybe we'll have another. What do you think about this train over here?
It's a great timing for the end of the show. Honk your horn. Pull that thing.
Just like that cow, right?
Yeah. Stupid cow.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we didn't really have an ending to that. Well, that was the latest Rami's rant, so he was still a little salty from the milk incident on Saturday night, but you never know, maybe next year or so. But we do blame the cow. She was not a willing, cooperative participant, was my thought. Would you agree, Ray?
Yeah, I think the fix was in there. It was a little shady, if you ask me. I do agree with the theory that Chad Beck and the cow are on the same wavelength.
Conspiracy theory.
Same brain activity. Rami has some interesting theories. Very interesting.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that one, but could be. Well, we will hit a break here, and Mace will join us on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report, and that is next.
Remember when the goal was to see how fast you could run home from school, play 99 straight innings of wiffle ball, or jump up onto anything? At WellSpan Health, we think making time to play is still a great goal. Being healthy is how you get there. And just in case your grown-up body can't keep up with your inner child, WellSpan Orthopedics Walk-In Injury Care is there to help with a team specially trained in treating sprains, strains, and broken bones. If you have a WellSpan primary care physician, your visit is added to your electronic health record so your doctor may coordinate any follow-up care. You never need an appointment. And both our Apple Hill location in York and our new Hanover Orthopedics location are open evenings and weekends. You can get all the details about orthopedic walk-in injury care at wellspan.org/injury. At WellSpan Health, it's our goal to help you get healthy and stay healthy, no matter how old you are or how young you feel.
Revolution! Woo! The Cowboy Monkeys are back at Santander Stadium, August 11th. Revolution Baseball is better than ever. 2015 brings incredible entertainment, amazing giveaways, and of course, fireworks. The world-famous Cowboy Monkey Rodeo is back August 11th, performing between innings and post-game. Get your tickets at YorkRevolution.com. Revolution!
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse. For the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup, it's the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Now, here's Atlantic League Manager of the Year, Mark Nason.
Well, Mace, yesterday, was it a case where, close game and then they pull away late? Did you feel like your team got a little fried and frustrated with some of the calls that went against them, and did that have any impact?
No, I don't think the umpiring had anything to do with it, actually. Because umpiring is umpiring. So, I just think we have to do a better job of hitting the ball, and we have to do a better job of making better pitches when we're 0-2 and 1-2 on hitters. We can't give up base hits when we're up 1-2 and 0-2 in the count as a pitching staff. So, to me, I think that was the biggest problem yesterday, and the fact that we chased a lot of pitches out of the strike zone. We swung at a lot of balls that were on the ground, on the breaking ball that Woodall was throwing. Yeah, if we'd have laid off some of those pitches, he might have had 9 or 10 walks because those are balls no matter what the situation is. But we did chase too many balls out of the zone, and to me, I just think that's a sign of pressing and trying to do too much. And, we have to try to change that ASAP.
One new pitcher that you got in, Tyrell Harris, a 1-2-3 inning. What do you think seeing him?
I like the velocity. I thought he threw the ball well. He located pretty good. The off-speed pitches looked pretty good yesterday. So, he hadn't pitched in a while, and he had a long drive to get here. But, I liked what I saw yesterday. And, the velocity for me was the main thing. That I knew he threw hard, but I was glad to see that he still had that in the arsenal.
A couple of young guys brought in today, and Dan Bartlett and Rob Frank, and you had a roster availability there. So what kind of situation would you be careful with where you bring them in and, trying to get a look at them and see what they can do?
Well, they're both starting pitchers, and, the league that they were in, they're on their all-star break right now, and, so we're going to sign these guys and take a look at them. Basically, I'm going to use them out of the bullpen because we have some issues in the bullpen right now with some guys who are a little nicked up, and obviously with Sean Hill not here, we're rolling with 4 starters, and with Gailey spot starting again tonight, this will be his second time in a week that we're going to use him as a spot starter. So I just thought we needed a little more help in the bullpen, so I didn't have to run the same guys out there 3-4 days in a row, and so basically it's a little bit of an insurance policy for us right now until we see how it all plays out.
Could you see the way that Gailey pitched his last time, could you see a situation where it's no longer a spot start and he assumes the role on a more full-time basis?
Well, right now I'm talking to Frank about that, about being, in the 5-man rotation. And we are working on trying to get some starting pitching in here, some guys that were starters that have a little bit more experience than the guys that I brought in today. But, we're still working on those things, and there's a lot of things going on right now with different players that have just recently been released. So we're trying to wade our way through those things, and in the meantime, we'll keep using Frank. He did a great job in Bridgeport. I mean, I'm not expecting 5 innings, no hits, no runs, but, he'll definitely compete, and he has started before, so we're excited to give him another chance.
Well, lastly, you face a very familiar foe in Matt Wright tonight, and it seems like it's pretty simple with him. He hits spots and moves the ball in and out. Does he kind of stick with that until you make him do something different?
Oh, definitely. I mean, he sticks with that. He uses multiple pitches. He doesn't use a lot of pitches the first time through the lineup, but when he gets in the middle of the lineup, or if he's in a situation where there's some runners on base, he'll break out the other pitches a little bit more. But with nobody on base, he's pretty much right at you, and he tries to get ahead in the count right away. And if he throws a ball, it's usually a purpose pitch, whether it's going to be way inside to get you off the plate or to go outside right away to make you think he's going to stay out there and then come inside. So it's we've seen Matt for a lot of years. Lancaster, now down in Sugar Land, so it's the same old Matt, and we know he's not going to pause with runners on base, so we already know that too. I laugh because we're constantly hollering, make him stop. But, he actually kind of smiles back at me once in a while from the mound. But it's the same old Matt. He's a hell of a competitor, and, we know we'll have our hands full because he'll come right at us tonight.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck this evening.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that is Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Revs hoping for one last chance to put some wins together against the Skeeters here in 2015. They come in tonight with a record of 4-12 in the 16 games thus far against them. 16 first-half meetings, just 4 in the second half. And the first of those 4 begins here momentarily. Revs have taken the field for tonight's game. We'll have the starting lineups and first pitch for you coming up next.
All right, let's try this one. Wherever you are, WOYK is... That blows. How about wherever you are, WOYK is watching. Oh, no, that's creepy. Let's try this. Take Sports Radio 1350 on the go with the new WOYK mobile apps. Available for download today. Bingo. The new Sports Radio 1350. Available anywhere via the WOYK mobile apps. First in York, first in sports.
Runners know the challenge. It's not the uncompromising weather. It's not the pounding repetition. It's not knowing how to dig deep as you start the climb of that last hill. For runners, the challenge is the discipline to keep running. Flying feet. Casual runners, amateur runners, hardcore runners, no matter what level runner you are, Flying Feet Sports Shoes is with you every step of the way. Over the years, Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear and properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. For those searching for that discipline, Flying Feet provides the latest shoe innovations, the accessory equipment, and the inspiration to keep on running. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and the true understanding of what running is all about. As one local runner put it, Flying Feet's family, and all runners are welcome. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83 next to Battery Warehouse.
Looking for a break from the same old company outing this year? Well, look no further than the York Revolution in Santander Stadium. An event with the York Revolution is 0% more expensive than your typical room rental at a traditional venue, but it's 100% more fun. Whether it's an employee appreciation picnic or a company meeting, the staff at the York Revolution will create an experience like no other, with the same cost as a boring meeting. To find out more, give Kaylee Swanson a call at 801-4498. That's 801-4498.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Frank Gailey going through his warm-ups as the Revs get set to host the Skeeters, and Frank will make his first home start. Second start with the Revs, and Sugarland's lineup brought to you by Flying Feet, as the fans behind home plate are treated to an amazing display of calisthenics by Chief Beeve, who will handle things back there tonight. Kevin Russo in right field will lead things off. Denny Almonte, the center fielder, hits second. Delwyn Young at first base will bat third. The cleanup man is catcher Travis Scott. Chris Wallace, the designated hitter, bats fifth. Johan Lamonta back in town. He's in left field and will bat sixth. Patrick Palmero, the third baseman, hits seventh. Rennie Osuna at second base will bat eighth. And Amadeo Zazueta at shortstop will hit ninth. Again, it's Russo, Almonte, Young, Scott, Wallace, Lamonta, Palmero, Osuna, and Zazueta. The lineup for the Revs, or for the Skeeters tonight, once again brought to you by Flying Feet. And we must mention immediately, now some issues. The first base ump, Derek Moshe, comes down to tell the Chief something here before we get things started. I must mention that we are seeing Sugarland's new uniforms on the road for the first time ever. They are gray on the top and bottom, but dark gray. I mean really dark gray, with blue numbers and letters, gray hats to go with it. It's almost like some style out of the 80s, but different than that is Gailey's first pitch. The Dasher Investment Services first pitch is down and away. I have heard someone describe them as pajama-like, as Russo swings and misses on a fastball. And one of our fans chimed in and said that they look like prisoners, like they're in prisoner suits.
I guess orange is the new gray.
Yeah, that's true. You'd usually do wear orange as Gailey misses up and in. It's 2 balls and a strike. But this is an awfully unique. Yeah, they look like satin from up here.
If that's the case, I'd hate to see those afterwards.
This one swung on and fouled back, and it's 2-2. 87 degrees at game time tonight. You're in a sunny evening in York. Russo hitting at 273. Last time they were here, we saw Denny Almonte leading off a bunch, but he'll hit second. Willie Taveras currently inactive. The 2-2. And a swing at a ground ball to short. Mikey Reynolds, in front of it. And he makes the throw on to first for the out. So used to seeing Valdez there, it's almost automatic in my mind, but Mikey getting the start at short tonight after he had started at second yesterday. DH'd in his first game back on Saturday night. And I'm sure for him, he was happy to get in there and get a ground ball right away and get that first chance under his belt. Here's Denny Almonte, and he swings, beats a foul at the plate, and again, he has given up, for now, we are told, the switch hitting. He will bat only from the left, even against left-hand pitchers, and his overall numbers this year against lefties, and this includes most of the season switch hitting. He's hit just 157 against lefties, 30 strikeouts in 70 at-bats. And Gailey steps off. Overall, he's hitting .203. That's 5 home runs. The 0-1, and a breaking ball. It hooked just off the corner away. As that choo-choo train is yet again making a racket. Just outside the first base side of the ballpark. It's a swing and a foul back and out of play. And it's 1-2. On the pitch from Gailey. And a swing and a miss. Fastball in and strikes him out swinging. The gun reading 93 on that fastball in on Almonte's hands. His next strikeout will tie the Skeeters' single-season record. It's the league-leading 93rd time that he's struck out this year. Here's Delwyn Young, who's hitting at .248. And he still is switch hitting. He'll step in from the right. Pitch from Gailey is way out. And it's ball one. Young with 7 homers, 22 knocked in. His next home run will tie Josh Presley's Sugarland career record. 28. As Gailey misses high, it's 2-0. Young, who in the big leagues homered off Steven Strasburg in his first career start. Played with the Dodgers and the Pirates. His dad, Delwyn, played in the minors, made it to AAA. It's a fastball. It's a called strike, outer half, 2-1. Young was one of their all-star representatives. The guy on deck, Travis Scott, was the game's MVP. He's a swing and a pop-up. Perez at first, racing back, and over is Boggs with a head of steam, and it lands foul. Tucked in down around the sidewall behind the York bullpen. Perez, Patterson, and Boggs were all in pursuit. Young still with life. 2 outs, nobody on. Gailey's first start last Sunday in Bridgeport, he went 4 hitless innings. It's outstanding. He'll work from the stretch, the career reliever. And to the plate, and he misses upstairs, a full count. Mentioned the Chief with the balls and strikes. Derek Moshe at first. Nate Caldwell is the other member of this crew down at third base. And the payoff pitch missed outside, and Young will take his base. Fairly close, but works the 2-out walk. Skeeters flew up here today. Just 12-23 on the road. They are 25-14 at home. Pretty dramatic split. Here's Travis Scott. What an eye-catching piece of lumber he carries up there. Bright blue barrel on the bat, black handle, and he swings first pitch and pops it up. Perez at first is under it, and tiptoeing next to the bag and back into fair territory. He gloves it to end the inning. A towering pop-up on the first pitch from Travis Scott, and Gailey strands the 2-out walk. That's the only base runner of the inning. And at the end of a half, it's the Skeeters nothing, the Revs coming up.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, president of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879, or my mobile is 487-2096, or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Well, with that out of the way, the Revs can come to the plate. No score, and York's lineup brought to you by Flying Feet, facing Matt Wright. Mikey Reynolds at shortstop leads off. Eric Patterson will play second and bat second. Hitting third is third baseman Brian Pounds. Andres Perez back in tonight at first base and hitting cleanup. Nick Ferdinand in left field will bat fifth. Brandon Boggs, the right fielder, is hitting sixth. Telvin Nash DHing, bats seventh. Salvador Paniagua will catch and hit eighth. And James Simmons in center field bats ninth. Again, it's Reynolds, Patterson, Pounds, Perez, Ferdinand, Boggs, Nash, Paniagua, and Simmons for the Revs. That lineup brought to you by Flying Feet. And facing big righty Matt Wright, a 6'5", 250-pound Texan who winds and deals to Mikey Reynolds. It's a called strike to start him off. Mikey hitting at .344. He's 3 for 9 since coming back. The 0-1, and he swings and pops a foul out of play. First base side. A lot of sunlight tonight, but the lights are on at the beginning. And right ahead quickly. He winds, delivers, and just missed away. And a good eye from Mikey. He's hit safely now in 19 of his last 21. Pitch. And he rips it. Base hit to left. Past the diving Palmero and through the hole. Make it 20 of the last 22 games with a hit for Mikey Reynolds going back to late April. Has reached base safely in 22 straight. A good start for the offense. The leadoff single, and here's Eric Patterson. Patterson hitting at .246, 5 home runs, 26 knocked in. Young at first, holding Mikey there. Palmero creeps in, pitch to Patterson, catches the outside corner, strike one called. Patterson 4 for 11 since the All-Star break, a grand slam included. The 0-1, Mikey goes, it's up high. Scott the throw down to second, and Mikey's in with a head-first slide. It tailed toward the right side of the infield. Zazueta from short came across in front of the bag to take it, and then tried to reach back for the tag and maybe get Mikey's foot. But he was in on the head-first slide, his 6th stolen base. And in scoring position with nobody out. Patterson will try to move him along from there. The pitch, he shows a bunt, and it's a called strike on the outer edge. They're now behind in the count as he takes a look down at Polo. Smirks back at the Chief and has a few things to say. One, two, and it just missed. And now Matt Wright puts his hands to his knees, looking in disbelief. He thought he had strike 3 painted. And Beeve with his fists on his hips. Maybe took a little exception. Pitch to Patterson is fouled back off the net. I've had another listener and fan tell us that their uniforms are even uglier than we had described. Now the 2-2 again, and a swing on a high fly ball in right. Russo camped under it. Mikey will tag. Catch is made. Mikey will go. Russo will throw. Mikey will dive. He is in with a head-first slide. Close play at third. And testing the arm of Russo in right. Hand pounds for Patterson as he heads into the dugout. Then got the job done. Moves the runner. And Reynolds at third with 1 out. Fairly close, but in head first. Here is Brian Pounds. He's hitting at .281, couple of home runs and 26 knocked in. Infield halfway for Sugarland, and a swing and a miss. Pounds up there hacking. Right usually, fastballs early. At least the first time through, and usually works away. That's where he started Pounds. They'll set up out there again. And the 0-1 swung on and fouled back off the top portion of the net. Now Pounds behind in the count. He has hit safely in 7 of 8 games since returning from his knee injury. He's batted .300 since coming back. Is only out for a week. Infield still halfway. And right the 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Got him to chase up high. So now it'll be up to Andres Perez to try to get the run home with 2 outs. A big strikeout for Matt Wright. That was a big-time K from a guy who's been perhaps Sugarland's frontline starter the past several years. This year, he actually did not start the opener for the first time. Here's Andres Perez, and he lays off upstairs. Back in tonight, did not play the last 2 games. Prior to that, he'd played all but 1. It's hitting at .252. Infield back with 2 outs. Pitch to Dre is grounded left side. Backhanded it short by Zazueta, and a long throw gets him. Got him by a step, and the Revs denied in their first opportunity of the night. Looked like Matt Wright had something to say to the Chief on his way off to the third base dugout, but he worked out of it regardless. The leadoff single stranded at third. We go to the second inning, no score.
Broadway Transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man. I I know they help me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. With a full spectrum of care, including sports nutrition, concussion management, orthopedic surgery, and physical therapy, our winning team can help you prevent an injury or treat one. For immediate care, call 1-877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOIK at the App Store.
Top of the second inning, the Revs are turned aside in their first chance to score tonight. Frank Gailey back to the mound. Chris Wallace, who's done a number in this stadium, will lead things off. DHing the night. First pitch of the inning is just outside. It's hitting at .267 with 8 home runs, 33 knocked in. 5 of the 8 homers against York. 3 of the 5 have been hit here. And he swings and misses, almost slipped. Almost rolled an ankle, it looked like, trying to kill that high fastball. Speaking of home runs, as Gailey sets at the belt, he'd probably rather we not talk about that. As Wallace pops one up foul, back toward the stands and out of play. It appears that the home run derby may be in real jeopardy tonight. Some hellacious weather going through Cincinnati from what we saw.
Yeah, it's not looking good, and it was going to be, I think, a fine night for baseball, and Pete Rose, of course, is going to be honored there as part of the festivities, though I think the best part is that Chris Berman will not be heard.
That's true. There's the 1-2, and that misses way inside. I like the way that you find the silver lining in things.
I'm a fan of what he did before, but I think most of us can agree that it's getting kind of rough nowadays for good old Boomer. And I'm not talking about the dog.
Swinging a pop fly, lifted toward the line in left. Ferdinand slides. Could not hang on to it. Slipped off the end of his glove. A throw to second, and Wallace is in, diving head first. Ferdinand very nearly made a terrific play. And he had to cover a ton of ground. It jammed Wallace, who was able to lift it toward the line in left, staying short to the ball. Had a lot of ground to cover. And went into his slide and had it on the end of his glove in the pocket, but it slipped off as he went into his slide and ended up on the warning track. It could not have been a very comfortable slide either. So it's a double for Wallace. Gailey's first hit allowed in 5 innings and 2 starts. And here's Lamonta, who bounces one up the middle. Patterson, a backhand cut off, and his throw is in the dirt and rolls away. And here comes Wallace to slide across and score. 1-0. Sugar Land takes the lead here in the top of the second. Patterson made a great play to get to it. Hustling up the middle. And getting the glove down in the backhand. But then the off-balance throw was in the dirt, and Perez, attempting to make the pick, was unable to scoop it. So just like that, the Revs got a runner to third with 1 out, couldn't bring him in. And in an inning later, 2 plays that could have been made are not, and Sugar Land scores. Here's Patrick Palmero, who takes low. And the first one would have required a terrific play from Ferdinand, who almost did. And really the second one would have too, but as Palmeiro swings and misses, it's a ball and a strike. Really would have required 2 fine plays. But both were nearly made, but not completed. There's the stretch. And the 1-1 fastball. It's a called strike. Inside corner. Boy, it would have been nice if Rami could have gotten that one yesterday. It's a good call, right where Paniagua was set up. But yesterday they would not give it. Here's the stretch. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on a changeup. And Gailey with his second strikeout of the night. And now Rennie Osuna, the former Blue Crab who just joined Sugarland right before the second half opener, I believe it was, on Friday night when the Blue Crabs were in Sugarland. They traded for him. Player to be named later. First pitch, fastball is a strike, inside corner. Osuna overall hitting .242 in an injury-marred season, but in 2 games so far with Sugarland, 3 for 8. And those were against his former team. And Gailey misses down and away with a changeup. It's a ball and a strike. On the stretch. And the 1-1 fastball. It's a tad low. Runner at first with 1 out, a run home here in the second inning. Now the 2-1 and a swing and a pop-up foul. Paniagua off with the mask, hustling toward the Revs dugout, but it lands on the steps before he could get there, or just short of the steps, and bounces into the stands. The reason for the Revs' struggles, and we still hold out hope for the second half, certainly, only 3 games into it, but to this point, it's been a little bit of everything, and whether it's been the offense not clicking or pitching or defense, they have fallen behind early in many games. Here's a ground ball to short. Mikey right there, flips to Patterson. His turn is in the dirt, but Perez picks this one. Makes the backhand stab to save that one from getting away, and the inning ends on the 6-4-3 double play. But a run comes across, 2 hits in the inning, 1 error, and nobody left. We go to the bottom half of the second. It's 1-0 Sugarland.
Hey, Santa! What's with the beach towel?
Well, summer's here, boys. Time to hit the beach. What can I do for you fellas?
Everybody's ready in the workshop.
Ready?
For the office party. Remember? We were so busy in December, you said we would celebrate Christmas in July. You didn't forget, did you?
Oh, no. I just, tell you what, fellas. You start the party. I'll be right back.
Where you going?
Oh, just need to pick up a little holiday cheer.
Get an early jump on your Christmas gift list during Christmas in July at all Maple Donuts. Maple Donut gift cards are available now, and they never expire, so 'tis the season to grab some of these sweet stocking stuffers. Maple Donuts gift cards are also a great thank you for babysitters, back-to-school teacher gifts, for anniversaries, birthdays, and for the gang in the office.
Maple Donut gift cards for everybody. Here's one for you, one for you, and here's one for you.
Thanks, Santa.
Are you sure he's an elf?
Well, he's got a union card.
Guess they let anybody in these days.
Merry Christmas in July, Santa.
Thank you, fellas, and thank you, Maple Donuts.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Joel's Painting and Contracting is a proud sponsor of the York Revolution. They are also a partner in the maintenance of Santander Stadium. Joel's Painting and Contracting is the highest rated painting company in York and Lancaster County. Now is the time to call for great deals on all of your interior and exterior projects. A community partner with thousands of happy clients. Hit a home run of Joel's Painting and schedule an appointment today, or give them a call at 717-471-4273. That's 717-471-4273 for Joel's Painting and Contracting.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Nothing. Sugar Land leads. Bottom second. Nick Ferdinand leading off, and a big swing and a miss on the first pitch out of the inning. Last night, his 7th home run of the year broke up the shutout down to the final out. It's the 0-1 from right, and a fastball. It's over for a called strike. And that home run is team leading 7th this year, 4th over the arch nemesis, the 200th over the big wall by the Revs all time. And here he smacks one and finds the opening and into left center. A sharp ground ball, kind of a line drive that hit the back edge of the infield dirt and skips into left center. And Ferdinand, who was behind in the count, 2 strikes, comes away with the leadoff hit.
He's starting to catch some fire now, as he was 5 for 34 in his last 10. He's starting to get it back, it seems.
Here's Brandon Boggs. Had the day off yesterday, back in tonight. And Wright stretches and comes home, and it's high and away. We mentioned that Sugar Land is in their satin pajama uniforms tonight. And the Revs are in their alternate whites with the shoulder piping and the script Revs across the front. Pitch to Boggs. It is outside, 2-0. Batting at .250 with 4 home runs, 20 driven in. The opponent has scored first for the 49th time in 74 games. The Revs have only scored the first run 25 times. It's a fastball for a strike. It's 2-1. And you can't look at one stat and say that's the issue, that's it right there. But that's one of the problems as Wright throws over. Ferdinand back standing. And I think from the dugout, somebody hollered to get back, and Luis de la Cruz, coaching at first, appreciated the help. Time asked for at the plate. We'll have to watch and see if Matt Wright comes to a stop tonight. And this time he does, and now throws over. Ferdinand back standing. It's a good thing Balkan Bob Davidson isn't on the umpiring crews in this league, or Wright would set some records apparently. Here's a chopper down toward first, and it stays fair, and Delwyn Young gloved it right along the corner of the bag, steps on it for the first out. Ferdinand moves up to second. A soft bounder right along the line. It just stayed fair. And everybody was kind of surprised, it seemed. Young took a quick look up to see if he had a chance then to throw to second, but hit softly enough that he only had the one play. Now Ferdinand at second with 1 out. Talvin Nash, the hitter, is DHing tonight. And the pitch from Wright, a slider down and away. Nash hitting at .231, 2 home runs. He's knocked in 5. Against Sugar Land, he's 3 for 7 with one of his homers. On the 1-0. Fastball, it's a strike on the outside corner. Good location has been very much a strong suit for Matt Wright over the years that we've seen him. Been with Sugar Land since 2012 when he started their inaugural game against York. 1-1 and a swing and a miss on a fastball. It's in one of the elevators at Constellation Field on one of our visits, and they have a mural of that first game. Saw Chris Nowak, Andres Perez, Ramon Castro in the Revs infield on that big wraparound photo. Pitch, and just outside, a good eye. Thurm was on the mound that night. And I could pick out myself, tucked in the little window. It was a memorable night.
Who could forget the first pitch after the ceremonial one?
Ball down and away, 3-2. Yeah, that was remarkable.
A nice little welcome to the Atlantic League for the Skeeters at home. So they have kind of returned the favor here.
Yeah, it may have all started right then. Scott Grimes hit them with a haymaker and first batter they ever faced. 3-2. And up high, Nash flinched the hands, but no appeal. He laid off and works a walk. So it's first and second. Salvador Paniagua coming up. And we'll pause for station identification on Revolution Radio.
First in York. First in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350. WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Here is Paniagua with 2 on and 1 out. Revs trail 1-0 in the second. First pitch, a swing and a foul tip into the glove. Big, slow, sweeping hook. Wright has pretty much started everybody with fastballs, maybe all of them until Paniagua, and he busts out that big curve. The 0-1, and a fastball missed away. He knows how to set hitters up. Actually, their notes list him at 6'4", 270. He deals, and Paniagua skies it to right. Russo coming in is under it and gloves it, and that's out number 2. That was a slider down. Not a swing and miss pitch, but Wright got him to get under it and loft it to right. 2 outs, and James Simmons to the plate. Simmons 2 for 10 through his first 3 games with York. First pitch, it's down and away for ball 1. Another chance with runners in scoring position here in the early stages tonight. Trying to answer Sugarland's run. And Wright with a long hold, the 1-0. And it misses outside. Scott had to reach for it. Looked like it had some late tail. And a 2-0 count for Simmons to lock in on. Matt Wright, 4-2. The Skeeters are 11-2 in the games that he starts. His ERA, 3.53 in 13 starts. The 2-0, breaking ball, swing and a miss. You know, it seems like the Revs never get a fastball to hit in a fastball count. 2-0 right through the hook. And commanded it. Here's the 2-1. And a slider for a called strike. Up around belt level. 2-2. Ferdinand the lead from second. Nash from first. And Wright the pitch. And a called third strike. Looked like it was a foot outside, and Simmons is punched out to end the inning. No runs on 1 hit and 2 men left. We go to the third. It's still a 1-0 Sugarland lead.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Listen up, people. This is the Rich Eisen Show.
He's a professional. Rex Ryan, the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. Many people are mentioning that Tyrod Taylor may have a shot at gaining this starting job. Would you say that he does?
Absolutely, I would. I think, nothing's been decided. Obviously we haven't even been in pads yet, but, nobody's really taken that thing to say, hey, this is definitely the number one guy.
The Rich Eisen Show. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
Top of the third, it is a 1-0 Sugarland lead. It was an unearned run, by the way, last inning on Frank Gailey. And Amadeus is Waita will lead it off at the bottom of the lineup. 9-1-2. And Gailey's first pitch of the inning is lined at short, and Mikey's there to glove it. Hit it off the end of the bat a bit. And Reynolds, he's got dirt all over the front of his uniform already. Able to reach up and snag that. Back to the top of the order, and Kevin Russo. Gailey overall coming into this one 1-0. An ERA of 0, 6 outings, 1 start, 12 innings, just 5 hits. And he's now given up 4 runs, but all unearned. 3 walks and 11 Ks coming in as Russo takes a look at a strike. Grounded out to shortstop, his first at bat. 0-1, and a changeup, misses low. That actually may have been the split from Gailey. Let's see, a whole lot of left-handed splitters, but he's got one. But 1-1, and that's inside, a fastball. It's now become a cloudy night. And a 2-1, and a swing and a pop-up foul. First base side, this will find the seats. Gailey had previously made 4 starts earlier in his career, and all were with Dunedin in the Blue Jays system. 2-2, breaking ball, bounced down to third, pounds a drop step to play the hop, and fires it across to get him. And Brian Pounds reading the 2-hopper, took a step back with his left foot, gave him a little extra room on that bounce, and played it nicely. 2 down in the inning. In 5 career starts for Gailey, including the one last week, he is 1-1 with a 0.79 ERA. Talk about excelling in a role that you don't normally fulfill, as Denny Almonte lays off down and away. Actually, it wasn't. It was right there, but it's ball 1. Gailey had to motion in and ask if it was low. Now the next one is off the plate away, and it's 2-0. In his starts in his career, 22 2/3 innings, just 13 hits and 2 runs. And how about this one? 3 walks, 27 strikeouts. Almonte swings and pops one up toward the York dugout. And look at Gailey racing over, and it lands a couple of rows in. Perez and Paniagua were on their way. Gailey, though, was off to the races in pursuit of that third out. And he'll slow it down as he walks back to the mound. one of Gailey's starts, his final appearance in 2012, he went 6 innings, allowed 1 run, and struck out 12 in 6 innings in a game at Clearwater. Now the pitch, and it breaks down and away. 3-1. He was upset with himself and motioned at his front shoulder like maybe he flew open. You look at what he's done in his minor league career, and they expected to see him get a chance to move up to the big leagues with Toronto, but never did get that opportunity. He deals, and a swing and a miss on a fastball. Foul tip squeezed. It's a full count. They were looking at him as potential lefty reliever to eventually move up. He's got great numbers in the minors. And the payoff pitch swung on and floated to left. Ferdinand hustles in and lays out for it and makes a great grab. He got this one. Nick Ferdinand hustling in shallow left. Got down, laid out, and plucked it off the turf. The blooper caught to end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 third for Gailey. And back to the offense for the Revs, who still trail 1-0.
Core Design Group, a local architectural and structural engineering firm, is celebrating 10 years of serving its partners in York County and beyond. Core specializes in commercial, healthcare, houses of worship, industrial, higher education, and residential. For more information, visit our new website at www.core-designgroup.com or call 717-741-2046.
Whether it's for sport, protection, or recreation, Spar Firearms is the best place to go for all of your firearm needs. With a large selection of new and used firearms, Spar carries an array of brands, as well as ammo and other accessories. Whether you're an avid collector, sharpshooting expert, hunter, or weekend enthusiast, Spar Firearms provides everything you need, no matter your experience. For the best in convenience, selection, and customer service, visit Spar Firearms, 6108 Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg, and online at sparfirearms.com.
Revolution! Woo! The Cowboy Monkeys are back at Santander Stadium, August 11th. Revolution Baseball is better than ever. 2015 brings incredible entertainment, amazing giveaways, and of course, fireworks. The world-famous Cowboy Monkey Rodeo is back August 11th, performing between innings and post-game. Get your tickets at YorkRevolution.com. Revolution!
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Still 1-0 Sugarland. We go to the bottom of the third, top of the order. And Mikey Reynolds looks at a strike from Matt Wright. Had a single in the bottom of the first, stole second. He was there with no outs. Revs were not able to bring him home. Here's the wind and the 0-1. And a swing and a miss. Good fastball away. Through the first 2 innings tonight, they are 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position already. Wind in the 0-2, and that misses up. Certainly plenty of time tonight to improve that number, but they've missed opportunities in the first 2 innings already. Pitch from Wright, and a swing and a foul tip squeezed on a fastball away. And he gets Reynolds for out number 1. It's amazing the success that he has sometimes with just his fastball and good location. But he's got faith in it. He trusts it. He attacks hitters. Here's Eric Patterson, who flew to right his first time. Not Matt Wright, but right field, and he takes up high. There's a wrestling mat photoshopped behind him on the video board. Next one is high, 2-0. Now the pitch, and that's up high. 3 balls and no strikes. Each team with 2 hits. 3-0, and it's right in there. 3-1. Matt Beaver, the quick jab to the side on his 3-0 strike call.
Should be boxing night with him.
Here's a little fister over Wright's glove, and Zazueta up the middle from short. Can't get him. Patterson beats it out for an infield single. He got jammed and fisted it right over Wright, who couldn't quite reach high enough. And Zazueta hustling in front of the second base bag, got the glove down, was maybe a little off balance with his footwork. Did all he could, but Patterson beats it. Here's Brian Pounds. Wright notched a big strikeout against Pounds in the first inning with a runner at third and 1 out. Second chance here, and Patterson runs. Pitches high. Scott the throw, and Patterson called out. Travis Scott put it on the money right on the front of the bag, and Renny Osuna over from second. Caught it and got him on the foot. That is the first time in 10 tries all season that an opposing catcher has gotten Patterson. Now the base is empty with 2 outs. Right back to the windup, the 1-0, and Pounds swings and misses. Matt Wright from Waco, Texas. He was with Lancaster in 2011. He faced the Revs in the postseason that year. Delivers home, and a swing and a foul back, upstairs, bang. And it comes out as the upper deck spits it back. 1-2. Pitch, and that's up high. Two-two. And a called third strike as Pounds drops his bat and his helmet right down at home plate. He doesn't typically say much, and he doesn't there, but his actions let us know what he thought about that one. It was in and it was up. And the inning ends with that. No runs on 1 hit and nobody left. Ray with the play-by-play. Good luck, Ray. As we go to the 4th, it is still 1-0 Sugarland.
Remember when the goal was to see how fast you could run home from school, play 99 straight innings of wiffle ball, or jump up onto anything? At WellSpan Health, we think making time to play is still a great goal. Being healthy is how you get there. And just in case your grown-up body can't keep up with your inner child, WellSpan Orthopedics walk-in injury care is there to help with a team specially trained in treating sprains, strains, and broken bones. If you have a WellSpan primary care physician, your visit is added to your electronic health record so your doctor may coordinate any follow-up care. You never need an appointment, and both our Apple Hill location in York and our new Hanover Orthopedics location are open evenings and weekends. You can get all the details about orthopedic walk-in injury care at wellspan.org/injury. At WellSpan Health, it's our goal to help you get healthy and stay healthy, no matter how old you are or how young you feel.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Do it for me. Do it for America.
Rich Eisen.
Looks like Mark Sanchez, this is his team now. And he dropped a 50-yard dime on Jeremy Macklin in his first pass attempt. And Jason Peters says he didn't know it was Sanchez back there. He didn't know that Foles went out. He turns around to celebrate with his quarterback and give him an attaboy. And it's Sanchez.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Top of the fourth at Santander Stadium as Delwyn Young takes the first pitch from Frank Gailey down near the dirt for ball one. 1-0 Skeeters due to a double from Chris Wallace and then an RBI single from Johan Lamonta. Also an error from Eric Patterson on that play to make it 1-0 Skeeters. Next offering from Gailey to Young right down the chute for strike one. Next pitch, Gailey gets the inside corner for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Gailey looks in and looks back from the belt. The 1-2. Swung on by Young and beaten foul, tracking towards the Skeeters bullpen. Fielded by a reliever there. Still 1-2. Young was walked his first time up and was stranded at first after a pop-up from Travis Scott. 1-2 from Gailey. Inside that time, a little too far inside. Young eked back a bit. 2 balls, 2 strikes now.
Mace is about to make a visit. This is an interesting time for this.
Well, with considering who is behind the plate, trying to maybe get Gailey focused on the batter and not the ump in particular, as it's a somewhat wonky strike zone tonight, to say the least. And Mace, when he typically goes out there, it's to light some fires under people's butts, for the lack of a better term. When Fletch goes out, it's more of a mechanics thing.
Well, he's still out there, and here comes Beeve, who waited quite some time. And there we go. Mace turns, and now the conversation is with Beeve.
At least it's not a meeting.
No, that's a different one.
Yes. Yes.
Well, the strike 3 on Pounds was ridiculous. I mean, it was almost in his jersey.
And he's a guy who really does not have a bad word to say about anybody. One of the nicer guys you'll see in the Revs locker room. A bunch of guys who are having some good attitudes about them, and Pounds definitely up there, and not a guy who shows a ton of emotion typically, and that's when you know it's a crazy zone when a guy like Brian Pounds is showing some frustration. And Mason, Matt Beaver having a little bit of back and forth as Mace walks on back to the dugout and the meeting concluded.
I have a feeling this is not the not the end of this tonight, or at least this series.
No, I wouldn't. I'd suspect Gaetti might have a word or two if odds go the other way at any point. 2-2. Gailey, the pitch. Swung on by Young, and it drops down in front of Ferdinand and left for a base hit.
Well, it was a very civil conversation. Started to get a little more tense as they walked their separate ways. They were out there on the mound together for quite some time. And pretty civil, pretty low-key, but Mace getting in Beaver's ear about his thoughts on the strike zone thus far tonight.
Doesn't always end pleasant, that's for sure. Travis Scott settles in for the second time. Popped out the first, his first time up. First offering from Gailey. Outside and down almost near the dirt for ball one. And Yago had to reach to his left a bit for that one.
Beeve does have one of Mace's ejections this season, the one at home on Mother's Day at first base.
That was one of 4 that day. 1-0 from Gailey. Gets the inside corner on that one. Scott thought it was a ball, eked back his hips, trying to avoid getting hit, and paused after Beeve throws out the quick jab. Setting the tone. 1 ball, 1 strike for all-star Travis Scott. 1-1. Outside again for ball 2. Panny reaching to his left for that one. Gailey a little open, more than usual on that pitch. Takes a quick look at Delwyn Young at first and looks in. from the belt, 2-1. Almost a check swing by Scott, but he lays off and appeal to Nate Caldwell at third, who is standing near second. Says he didn't go. 3 balls, 1 strike.
And now Gailey, who we've known to be a quiet guy, doesn't say much.
Now we hear some fans chirping at him.
He looked in and said, "Where the heck was that?" And now he's trying to calm himself as he takes a walk behind the mound to regroup, but now he's bothered by that last one.
That makes me believe more that the meeting that Mace had between Gailey and Paniagua was more or less to have them to stay focused on the game itself and not the umpiring. 3-1. A little high for ball 4, and you'll walk to Travis Scott. Young will move to second. Scott now at first. A runner in scoring position now in Delwyn Young. And just the second walk that Gailey has given up.
You could see him trying to forget about it, but after that walk, you could also see how frustrated he is with himself that he wasn't able to totally forget that, if that was the case. I mean, you want guys to not think about it, but it's human nature. It's almost impossible.
Yeah, it's a tough mental funk to break out of at times. Chris Wallace settles in. The first offering from Gailey. Fouled to the first base side. A rocketing shot. But that is foul. No balls, 1 strike. Wallace will hit the ball hard no matter whether it's fair or foul. 8 home runs this far. 33 RBIs. 5 home runs against the Revs this year. 3 of them at Santander Stadium. Their definition of a designated hitter for Sugarland. Next offering from Gailey. Fielded by Pounds at third. Relay to Patterson in time. And he throws it over to Dre to complete the double play. 5-4-3 on the double play. They get Delwyn Young and Chris Wallace on it. Actually, Travis Scott, I should say. Young at third. So Scott and Wallace are gone. Young is at third.
It's great to see Gailey get that, especially after that previous at-bat that ended up with Scott walking. A little bounce back for him. Second double play. He's rolled tonight.
Now, Johan Lamonta at bat. First pitch from Gailey down near the dirt for ball 1. Nemo singled his first time up this evening. An error from Patterson at second base allowed lead runner Chris Wallace to score. Next pitch from Gailey fouled off to the first base side by Limo. Against his former team, Johan Lamonta comes into tonight batting .533 against York. Take his numbers against York away, he's only batting around .230 against the other teams in the Atlantic League. 1-1 from Gailey. Down near the dirt for ball 2. Tad outside as well. 2 balls, 1 strike. You know, I will say I like Limo better in a Revs jersey, especially more than these satin pajamas. I'm not sure he's a fan of it either, to be honest. 2-1 from Gailey, outside again. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike.
I wouldn't even like pajamas like that.
No, that's a conversation for another. We should probably have a rant with Rami about pajamas. That I'm not sure he would be a huge fan of that one. We'll see. 3-1 from Gailey, swung on by Lamonta, tracking towards left field, and Nick Ferdinand is there to put it away and end the inning. So the single and the walk does not hurt Gailey. It's still a 1-0 Sugarland lead as the Revs now look to put one on the board, heading towards the bottom of the 4th.
You line your feet up at the edge of the starting block, shake out your arms, and then you push off the block in one fluid motion, fully extending your body, cutting into the water with nothing on your mind but the mechanics. You're a swimmer, and whether it's practice time in the pool or crunch time in a meet, Flying Feet is with you every stroke of the way.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes is a swimmer's paradise. Get suits by Finis, Dolphin, Nike, Adidas, Speedo, Arena, and Tier. Pick up practice gear, team gear, and training equipment like fins, snorkels, and kickboards. The Flying Feet team has high-tech competitive suits, customizable caps, goggles, even goggle repair items. Shower down with swimmer shampoo and body wash, plus suit wash to limit the wear and tear of chlorine. Time to dive into the pool? Then it's time for Flying Feet Sports Shoes. Flying Feet. 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83 next to Battery Warehouse.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, president of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879 or my mobile is 487-2096 or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the fourth at Santander Stadium, still a 1-0 Skeeters lead. A leadoff single followed by a walk allowed by Frank Gailey. He gets out of it, however, thanks to a 5-4-3 double play, and then nice play in left field by Nick Ferdinand to keep it a 1-0 Sugarland lead. The Revs will look to get on the board here as Andres Perez leads off the bottom of the fourth. Takes the first offering from Matt Wright for strike one. Due up this inning for the Revs, Andres Perez, Nick Ferdinand, and Brandon Boggs. The 0-1 from Wright. Finds his zone again for strike number 2. No balls, 2 strikes on Andres Perez. He's just a few hits away from the all-time Revs lead. Projections mean he might hit it in Lancaster, but I'd love to see it hit here. And here's one. Hits it right towards center field and right in front of Denny Almonte, down for a base hit. And Andres Perez standing at first with a single. That'll take the number down a tad.
Number 380, Ray. He's 3 away from tying Shanks.
That'll be quite the moment when he reaches that. So runner at first and Andres Perez, and Nick Ferdinand now up, who singled his first time. Also coming off last night's performance, we included a 2-run home run in the 9th to break up the shutout bid by the Barnstormers. The 200th home run over the arch nemesis hit by a Revs player. First offering from Matt Wright, taken down the chute for strike one. You hear loud and clear when Matt Beaver sees a strike and see his arm movements. 0-1 the count.
That's convincing.
Yeah, they're very convincing. Next offering from Wright, swung on by Ferdinand, fielded by Zasueta at short. Heads it to Osuna. Get Dre out at second, and then the relay. Too Young is in time to complete a 6-4-3 double play. That is not what the Revs needed there, but Brandon Boggs will look to extend the inning here. And Darryl, we have some fan club news. Tickets still available for the August bus trip to Camden, is it not?
Indeed, August 1st. Tickets still remain. Stop by the fan club table out front in the concourse at Santander Stadium. For members, $49. Non-members, $64. You can still make that trip.
Should be a fun time to cheer on the Revs. Also a September bus trip to Regency Furniture Stadium to cheer on the Revs. They'll face the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. First offering from Wright to Boggs, fouled off the third base side, landing on the concourse right near Savory's Funnel Cakes. Next pitch fouled backwards, hitting the net. Just off the upper part of Boggs' bat. See, I like Boggs' bat. It's more than, say, Travis Scott's flamboyant blue. Simple black pattern. That's what you need. The 0-2. Almost looking like it went off his foot a tad and almost got out of the way. It was near the dirt. Looked might have hit Scott on the way down. That was near the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Boggs, after Friday's game, certainly not tentative now to take one for the team. Says the hit by pitch he had on Friday that won the Revs the game made the ball hurt more than him. Next pitch from right, a little high for ball 2, 2-2. Next offering, just a tad outside for ball 3. You know what? I'll say that was a borderline one right there.
All the satin pajamas were making their way off the field behind right.
I'll call that like I see it. Full count now. 3-2. Swung on and missed by Boggs, and that'll end the inning. He's not happy with himself on that one, and it's still a 1-0 Skeeters lead as we now head to the top of the 5th here at Santander Stadium.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Hey, sports fans, great news. Now you can listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Stranded in Siberia? No problem. Kidnapped by wolves? It's not as bad as you may think. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
He's a great, great man. Was Muhammad Ali a thug? He was colorful, controversial. But this is a guy who did something before anybody else did it. And we were okay with it. A lot of us were okay because of how Ali looked. Handsome, well-spoken, with poetry. There was charisma to it. Richard Sherman just came out of a game and started yelling right in our face.
Dan Patrick
on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
Top of the 5th here at Santander Stadium. A current 1-0 Sugarland lead over the Revs. A 1-2-3-4 for Matt Wright. A leadoff single. End up not hurting Wright, followed by a 6-4-3 double play, and then a strikeout from Boggs. First offering from Frank Gailey to Patrick Palmero, taken for strike 1. Patrick Palmero, the son of Rafael Palmero. 0-1 from Gailey, swung on and missed by Palmero again. Palmero against the Revs. Coming into tonight, struck out against York 14 times. Opened the top 3 of strikeouts against York for the Skeeters. Chris Wallace, 20. Denny Almonte, 21. The 0-2 from Gailey to Palmero, and that is rocketed over the arch nemesis in left. That is a solo home run for Patrick Palmero. He's gone yard against the Revs before, but this one extends the lead for the Skeeters, now 2-0 here in the top of the 5th, and just got over the arch nemesis just a tad, not a rocketing shot, but just enough, Daryl.
Just enough, and a couple of things that have hurt the Revs this season. Home runs given up, especially at home, and also hits and runs allowed on 2-strike situations.
And that's his second home run against the Revs this season. Rennie Osuna steps in for his second at-bat. Takes his first pitch from Gailey, fouls it off to the first base side. 0-1. Osuna into a 6-4-3 double play his first time up. Next offering from Gailey, swung on by Osuna and drops near the corner in front of the Smith-Marin Little sign. Near the arch nemesis, Ferdinand grabs cover and keeps Osuna to a single. Now the Skeeters starting to pile on the hits here.
Well, it is Gailey's 5th inning. He's at 65 pitches now. In his first start, as Fletch makes his way to the mound, he threw 51 pitches. So they have extended him about 15 more beyond that. And Tony Pena is up in the bullpen. They went 4 in his first start. He's in the 5th here, and being a guy that's been in the bullpen, this is where you would start to watch him a little bit more closely.
Yeah, that's for sure. And Fletch going over mechanics in his visit most typically, and includes it as he begins to walk off towards the dugout.
By the way, our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report tonight. Revs are without Ian Durham and Brad Bergeson with the elbows, Anthony LaRue with the leg injury, and temporarily, hopefully only temporarily, Trevor Miller with a little strain that he had suffered, not arm-related.
Amadeus Asueta now at second at bat, and tonight's K-Man takes first offering from Gailey for strike one, and the Breadsticks chants begin. See if we can deliver the fans breadsticks this evening. The 0-1 from Gailey. Inside for ball one. Panning tracks back a bit to his left to snag it. 1-1 in the count. Amadeus Asueta had a 5-game hitting streak snapped last night, hosting the Blue Crabs, going 0-3. 1-1 from Gailey outside for ball two. And Yalgo reaching to his right for that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-1 from Gailey to Asueta. Flirts of fair territory, but ultimately goes foul towards the bullpen, making it 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the Breadsticks chants getting a little louder now. For Amadeus Asueta, who's struck out against the Revs 3 times thus far this season. And for strikeout number 4 to deliver Breadsticks. 2-2 from Gailey. Swung on by Asueta, dribbled fair right towards Brian Pounds, but they're going to call it foul late. Thought that landed fair initially, but umpiring crew fought otherwise. Still a 2-2 count for Asueta, and he'll take a timid jog here as the Breadsticks chants flare up again, and he is getting pelted with Little Caesars Pizza sound effects to encourage him to step back into the batter's box. Well done, Travis. Who says we don't help out the pace of play? 2-2 from Gailey. Swung on by Asueta and fouled backwards. Over the net. Still a 2-2 count. Breadsticks chants getting loud as they can be this time. Gailey readies. And the 2-2. Another foul off from Asueta. Again to near the first base side, this one. He is putting up a fight. He does not want to go down as the K-Man. Another 2-2 from Gailey. Swung on by Asueta, and this will go foul, more towards the picnic pavilion. Might start straining the fans' voices at this pace. Still a 2-2 count for Asueta. Gailey out the 73 pitches. His 74 swung on by Asueta. A little tapper towards center field, but James Simmons puts it away. And a long at-bat for Asueta that upped Gailey's pitch count a bit, but ultimately puts him away. Mace will come out now and most likely make the switch to Pena. Somewhat rough outing for Gailey. I thought he pitched well, but a wonky strike zone, I think, got in his head a bit, Darryl, and made this a more frustrating start than he would have really liked.
Yeah, definitely last inning was a battle for him, and had first and second with nobody out, but after that walk that had him fried a little bit, he did a great job, came back, got Wallace to hit into a double play. That was big. And leaving the mound probably upset with the home run given up to start this inning, as he had a chance to leave with the score only 1-0, a big escape for him last inning to keep it 1-0 at the time. But Palmero got him for the first earned run that he's given up with York. And And at the moment, he is responsible for Osuna at first, but 4 1/3 innings, 2 runs tonight, 1 earned, and he's now given up just 1 earned run in 16 1/3 innings since joining the team.
The error at second from Patterson did not make that an earned run for Gailey. However, the solo home run from Palmero was. So an impressive initial outings for him, Darryl, and I think we'll see some more magical moments from him to come. I think he's a great quality pitcher for this team, and he's a nice find for them when the team needed pitchers most, and I think we'll see Gailey in future starts, maybe a more consistent strike zone, have a lot more success.
Yeah, that would help. But if he wants to do it, I would love to see him get the chance to try starting. He's more than just a 2-pitch guy, so if they can get him built up, he could do it.
Certainly. Now Tony Pena comes in relief against the team he made his Revs debut against. A scoreless inning, including 2 strikeouts. He will face Kevin Russo in his first batter. Grounded out to short his first time up, and then grounded out to third his second. Russo came into this evening batting .361 against York. First offering from Pena right down the chute for strike 1. Pena was rattled in an appearance against Lancaster a few nights ago. Typically has a more comfortable appearance than what we saw from him when he gave up 2 home runs. Next one from Pena down near the dirt for ball 1. There was a lot of heat and has command of multiple pitches. I think he's ready to bounce back against the Skeeters. 1-1 to count for Russo. Pena readies and the 1-1 inside. Russo a quick track back. Ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike. Pena, an MLB veteran, has made 313 MLB appearances between 2006 and 2011. Arizona and the White Sox. The 2-1 swung on by Russo and tracking towards right field, and Boggs a little reach, but is able to put it away, and a quick throw to first to keep Osuna in check. 2 away here now for runner at first. It's still a 2-0 Sugar Land lead here in the top of the 5th. Denny Almonte now up for his 3rd at-bat. I will say Pena looks a lot smoother tonight and more comfortable, I think, especially after that initial out. Now with Russo out and trying to get back in rhythm after Saturday's rough outing. First offering from Almonte. He shows a bunt but pulls back quickly. Pitch was outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Almonte, I mentioned, was a switch hitter, now batting exclusively from the left for the time being. Continues to bat from the left. 1-0 from Pena. Finds the zone for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pena looks back at Russo quickly and settles in. The 1-1. Finds the zone again for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ahead of Almonte here. Almonte now with 22 strikeouts against the Revolution this season after his strikeout in the first. 1-2 from Pena. Called 3rd strike. Caught Almonte looking, and Tony Pena strands Russo at first and manages to get a fine outing here compared to Saturday. He's got to be feeling good about that one. It's still a 2-0 Skeeters lead as the Revs look to respond as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Is your home team stuck in the doldrums of summer? Does your family wake up calling every day a boring day? Well, step up to the plate and pull them out of that slump by calling in the big hitter. Maple Donuts. Here's the game plan. Wake up early before anyone else, sneak out of the house, and run down to the nearest Maple Donuts, where Charlie and his team are busy loading up the bases with 58 varieties of freshly made Maple Donut All-Stars. And what a lineup! Oh, so sweet glazed Maple Donuts. Sprinkles, always a fan favorite, both chocolate and vanilla, jelly-filled, cream-filled, chocolate peanut-covered, even peanut butter devil's food. Then round the corner and head for home with your big Baker's Dozen box of freshly picked winners. Your family will roll out of bed, stumble down the stairs, walk into a kitchen filled with that irresistible smell, and cheer you as they start their day the Maple Donuts way. So step up to the plate and bring them home, slugger. Maple Donuts, the perfect game plan for the perfect summer breakfast surprise. Maple Donuts taste right.
Waking up with the Zabe. The Steve Zabin Show.
And I know people, I can already hear you screaming at your radio. You don't even have a real job, Zabin. You just sit in front of the microphone and flap your cake hole around. I understand that. I'm not upset to be back today. I need to get back. I need to get back on the horse and get back riding again. I'm just saying it's going to take me a segment or two to get up to speed. Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the fifth at the bank, still a 2-0 Skeeters lead over the Revs. Nice outing from Pena, inheriting a runner at first after Gailey was pulled from his appearance. Got Russo to fly out to right field and struck out Denny Almonte looking. Matt Wright still in for the Skeeters and facing Telvin Nash for the second time. First offering taken from Nash for strike one. Due up this inning for the Revs, Telvin Nash, Salvador Paniagua, and James Simmons. Next pitch from Wright, down near the dirt, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nash starting to get hitting motions and rhythm, it seems, is starting to get more pop to the bat, and now has 2 homers of York. I get to see some of that power. 1-2 count after 2-1, correct myself. That was tad outside. Wonky manual scoreboard lights caught my eye. Now 3-1 as the next pitch down near the dirt. Nash already was walked in his first at bat. 3-1 swung on by Nash and popped back and out of play. Now full count. Nash readies in and waits the 3-2 from Wright. He actually stopped this time, went into a motion and then put his foot down. Don't see that a whole lot from Matt Wright. And the 3-2 now. Oh, it hit Nash in the shoulder. Hit him in the left shoulder, it seems, and he goes down in pain. Still down and to the left of the mound, left of the plate, I should say, and Chong Choi out there, and Mace checking in on him. He's tapping his feet on the dirt. That definitely got him in a spot that did not feel pleasant, right on the shoulder. Probably didn't brace for it either, as it looked like it took a late curve inside and just pegged him. Now on his knees, now getting up to his feet. He looks all right. Be a hit by pitch as he advances to first.
Yeah, I think it was kind of left tricep, it looked like. And he kind of froze. I don't know if he thought it was going to break and it never did, or if he just flat out froze on it. But
well, the big guy, Telvin Nash, now at first, and now has been walked 3 times after his walk in the first and then a hit by pitch, and he's getting on base one way or another. Salvador Paniagua now up for his second at bat. Flew out to right field, his first time up in the second. It looks like they're going to put in a pinch runner for Nash. Looks like it'll be Jacob Calderon as he is stretching. Not my first pick for a pinch runner, but you know what? Body's a body.
He'll stay in DH for him, but Nash slams his helmet in the dugout. I think he was trying to talk his way into staying in, but
you can't make a running motion, and you need the arms to sort of burst forward at speed. If you can't do that, then you want to cost the Revs a runner. If you can get somebody healthy in there, and a pitch that gets away from right, and Calderon takes no hesitation to head to second. Scored a wild pitch and got away from right there, and no chance from Scott to field it. So now Calderon at second, and nobody out. Still a 2-0 Skeeters lead and a 1-0 count for Salvador Peniagua. Revs looking to get on the board. 1-0 from right. Swung on by Peniagua, fielded by Young at first, and takes a little stutter, almost a slip, but manages to reach first in time before Penny can reach. Calderon does advance to third on it. So Jacob Calderon now in at third. James Simmons now up for his second at-bat. For those just joining us, Talvin Nash was in the lineup earlier, but took a ball right near the tricep, and then Chong Choi and Mace and decided that Nash needed a pinch runner and most likely be out for the rest of this evening's contest. Earliest indications seem that Calderon will fill in for him at the DH spot. First offering from right to Simmons, swung on and missed.
He's going to walk up and be examined in the clubhouse. It's just above his left elbow. And it seemed like he wanted to stay in, but you've got a lot of guys available on the bench. Why push it?
Yeah. The 0-1. Go near the dirt, and Scott scrambles to cover it.
I mean, you want him available for the long term.
Definitely, and he's had some minor injuries thus far. He tweaked his groin a bit at first, and making some tremendous plays, I might add. One from right. Swung on and missed by Simmons for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trying to get Calderon home and put the Revs on the board. Sugar Land has scored 2 runs on 5 hits. The Revs have 4, but have made an error, which allowed 1 run to score. The 1-2 from right. High for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. About shoulder high for Simmons, which is about head high for a couple other gentlemen. Simmons, a tall fellow at 6'3". Looks almost taller than that.
Does, yeah.
The 2-2. Swung on and missed by Simmons. His second strikeout tonight. And be Wright's 6th of the evening. Mikey Reynolds now up for his third at-bat. Back in the leadoff role.
Revs are now 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position tonight.
That's a statistic you really do not want to see. Reynolds will settle in, singled his first time up to lead off the Revs batting. Then made it all the way to third, and then was stranded. Takes the first offering from right and fouls it off towards the first base side. He singled in the first, then stole second, and then tagged up after a fly out by Eric Patterson to make it to third, but then ended up being stranded. There's a lot of speed, which is what keeps him on base once he gets there. Tremendous hitting ability to go with it. 0-1 count. Throw from right, outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just great sight to see Reynolds back in the lineup and suffered a finger injury on Memorial Day. Left him out for the rest of the first half. And good to see him back. Takes the 1-1 pitch from right and fouls it off towards the third base side. Polo fields it and hands it off to young Rebs fans in the stand. And oh my, downtown in a Skeeters shirt. It would seem so. That is a very tight shirt on him. He was wearing a singlet earlier, his wrestling night. Showing his wrestling spirit. His mad ability yet to be seen. The 1-2 from right down near the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That shirt is tight. Darryl, look at that downtown. He's wearing like a pullover. It is. Man, that's got to be tight. That cannot be pleasant.
Not flattering.
No, not at all. 2-2. Sorry to disturb your dinner, by the way. 2-2 outside for ball 3. Full count.
Good chicken.
Good chicken, I'm told from Darryl. Which is good. I did not. I had the pretzel bites from the pretzel twist stand in first base side. Make some fine lemonade as well. Freshly squeezed. Now 3-2 count. And the throw from right swung on and missed by Reynolds, and that will end the inning. Perez not able to put one on the board and not able to send Calderon to home plate, and he's still a 2-0 Skeeters lead as we now head to the top of the 6th.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man.
I know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Revolution! Woo! The Cowboy Monkeys are back at Santander Stadium, August 11th. Revolution Baseball is better than ever. 2015 brings incredible entertainment, amazing giveaways, and of course, fireworks. The world-famous Cowboy Monkey Rodeo is back August 11th, performing between innings and post-game. Get your tickets at YorkRevolution.com. Revolution!
On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 6th inning, a 2-0 Sugarland lead. Tony Pena will stay in. And Delwyn Young to get things started. The chicken was good.
Glad I could provide you time to consume it.
Yep. Still have messy fingers, but
you don't need your fingers to call a game.
Whatever. Pena fires a strike over on Young to begin the inning. The Revs now 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position on the night. 4 times in 5 innings they've had a leadoff man on. Here's a ball cracked to right center and down for a hit. It will 2-hop the base of the fence, and Delwyn Young scrolls in with a leadoff double. And speaking of leadoff hits, and this is a situation where if the Revs bullpen was deeper at this given time, Pena probably wouldn't be in yet. And he's a late inning guy who a lot of times they struggle to finish an inning, go sit, and then come back out a second time. And he probably wouldn't be asked to do this if they had a deeper situation, but currently they do not. It's Travis Scott, who's popped up and walked. First pitch, it is a called strike, backdoor slider.
That's a pitch he has some nice command of. It's nice to see that one sink on in.
Delwin Young has not been retired all night. A walk, a single, and now the double. He stands at second. And the 0-1 from Pena is swinging a broken bat, line drive, hit to right. Young will be stopped at third. Boggs fires one in on 2 hops to the plate. And with no outs in the inning, they hold Young, but it's first and third with nobody out. Travis Scott, the single to right, and that pretty bat of his will not be used again, but he gets a base hit as he cracked it on the swing. Broken bat brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. If you have an ash tree, then you might just have an EAB problem. Let Heritage Lawn and Landscape fix that for you. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. Here is Chris Wallace with first and third, nobody out. And Pena the pitch, and it's a called strike. Wallace 1 for 2 with a double and a run back in the second inning. Well, the 0-1 swings and pops it up foul, back and out of play. Pena tonight is making his 5th appearance with York. It's the 0-2. And a swing and a tapped foul. It bounced up and glanced off of Wallace. Paniagua over to pick it up along the third base side. Back to the Talvin Nash hit by pitch, and I sure hope that he's not hurt. I hope they're just being cautious and checking it out. It was a little above the elbow, but obviously you worry about it hitting a bone or something. Pitch, and a swing and a foul back. Wallace stays alive. But it's just been like, as soon as they get somebody back, somebody else gets hurt. Really have not had their full team all season, it seems like. And now even right now, Sean Hill's inactive, Mike DeMarc the same. So not just the lineup, but starting rotation and bullpen are currently hampered. Another 0-2, and it misses down and away. It's very frustrating. Revs have Tyrell Harris up in the bullpen, who had an impressive debut yesterday. Obviously, Wright didn't mean to hit him. It slipped and got away. A rare slip of command from him. There's a swing and a roller to short. Reynolds charges, looked at the plate, and then threw back to second. And out of the reach of Patterson and into right center. Run has scored already. And now both runners move up. Safe everywhere. It's 3-0. And Sugarland is set up for potentially a whole lot more. Mikey charged in. He took one peek at the plate. That might have been what cost him, trying to see if he had any chance on Delwin Young rather than just simply going to second right away. And he tried to reverse course and throw back, and it was down and away on Patterson, who couldn't save it. Now the infield in, second and third with no outs. Lamont to the hitter. And Pena with the pitch. It's down and away. Boxed by Paniagua, who knocks it down, but had a little trouble with it. Last play, fielder's choice, RBI, and an E6. A 1-0, and a called strike, outside corner. Wallace with his 34th RBI of the season. 15th against York. in 15 games. 1-1 to Lamonte. Swung on and fouled off his foot. He went down to a knee right away. It squirts partway over toward the York dugout and comes to a stop. 1-2. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
And now 1-2. On Lamonte, second and third, nobody out. A run home to make it 3-0. Pena with the pitch. And a slider dipped down and away. 2-2. The leadoff double that started the inning, and then Travis Scott with a single, which made it first and third, no outs. Even if not for that error, that run would have scored. But the error has them set up for potentially much more. 2-2. And a swing and a bounce to short. One hop to Mikey. Throws home and in plenty of time to get Travis Scott, who for some reason ran on contact with the infield in. It was chopped on one bounce to short. And Mikey gets him easily. And a little redemption for Mikey Reynolds. One out here in the sixth. Wallace stays at second. Lamonte now on at first on the fielder's choice. And here is Patrick Palmero. And Pena delivers, and it's down and in for ball one. Palmero, a strikeout his first time, but in the fifth inning led off with a home run that sailed over the tip of the arch nemesis in left, which has seen a lot of activity of late. 1-0, and a swing and a miss. Good slider. One pitch, swing and a miss. Another good slider from Pena. Look at our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. And Lancaster and Long Island playing a suspended game tonight, resuming one from the first half, and then they will play their scheduled game, and we'll give you updates as we have those. Southern Maryland trails in Bridgeport 1-0 in the fifth. Here's the stretch and the 1-2. Strike three called, a delayed call, but it was right there. Fastball at 90, and Pena gets Palmero looking. 2 down. Here's Rennie Osuna, who's hit into a double play and singled. The other game currently in the bottom of the fifth, Camden and Somerset are scoreless. First pitch. Fastball just missed, down and in. Telling you, TD Bank Ballpark, whoever is the first to get to one run should just win the game. It's always scoreless. There's a swing and a miss on a slider. That fun size batter's eye that they have in center field. The hitters do not care for it. Bridgeport leading in the fifth by a run. They are 3-0 in the second half and have won 5 straight. Pitch and a called strike. Good fastball with some sink, and ahead 1-2. The Southern Maryland Bridgeport game, a matchup of 3-0 teams in the second half who have both won 5 straight overall. Southern Maryland, of course, the first half winners in the Freedom Division. Pitch, and it's down and away, 2-2. That is your York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. First game of that suspended situation in Lancaster. They're in the 13th inning, tied at 5. Pitch to Osuna is line foul into the Revs bullpen as it bangs off the tarp. I believe the game was, it was suspended in the 6th, so they're now in the 13th. And they still have to play their regularly scheduled 9-inning game tonight. Stretch from Pena. Another 2-2. Called third strike. Fastball outside corner. And he minimized the damage. Big time there. A run was already in. It was second and third, no outs, and he allows nothing else. 1 run in the inning, 2 hits, 1 error, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's now 3-0 at Sugar Land.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Savory's Funnel Cakes have brought their delicious funnel cakes from the York Fair to Santander Stadium. Be sure to visit their stand on the third base concourse near the hop corner, as they offer both regular and pumpkin funnel cakes. Also, be sure to check out Savory's Funnel Cake Eating Challenge played between innings during York Revolution home games. They also offer event catering. Give Savory's a call at 717-271-3485. That's 717-271-3485. Savory's Funnel Cakes, York's delicious delicacy for all to enjoy.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Nothing. Sugar Land on top. We go to the bottom half of the 6th. Eric Patterson to lead things off. And Matt Wright's first pitch of the inning is down and in. Now the Skeeters have added runs to his lead each of the last 2 innings. Here's the 1-0. And that's over for a strike. Patterson tonight, 1 for 2, an infield hit. The 1-1, and it's in there, a strike called. He took a little something off. Sugar Land with Derek Blacksher up in their bullpen. 1-2 from Wright, and a curveball missed away. Skeeters lost out on the first half race to Southern Maryland. Here's the 2-2. And a foul tip straight back. With about a month to go in the first half, they were red hot. They had made up a huge deficit. Were right on Southern Maryland's heels, and it looked like they might sprint ahead, but long losing streak followed. Here's a swing and a miss. A changeup up. And he gets Patterson to swing through it. His 8th strikeout of the night, which is a new season high for him. He twice previously had 7. went 5 innings in his last start, which was here in York. June 30th in a win. He starts Brian Pounds with a strike. His role is a little bit different now, right, Sis? He's also the assistant pitching coach. Swinging a foul tip squeezed on a high fastball. He struck out Pounds both times tonight. When he's on the mound, they feel like they're going to win. They are 11-2 in his starts. Now delivers, and it's lined the other way, and a solid base hit. Brian Pounds sawed it out to the outer half and went right with it. Singles to right on a 2-strike count. And Andres Perez up next. He's grounded out and singled tonight. Matt Wright, who led the league in strikeouts last season. A year ago, he went 12-9 with a 347 earned run average. He has not gone longer than 6 innings in any start this year. He turns it over to the bullpen, usually gives him 5 or 6. Maybe it's why he only has 4 wins. As Perez swings here, drives one to right. It sends Russo back, but he'll make the play. Circling toward the corner and running along the edge of the warning track, Russo is there. And Perez made a bid at the opposite field, but comes up a bit short. 2 down in the inning, Nick Ferdinand to the plate. He is singled and hit into a double play in his 2 at-bats. Matt Wright, 33 years of age. Pitch to Ferdinand. It's over for strike 1. And with the assistant pitching coach role, you wonder if we might be seeing him in a Sugarland uniform for years, even after he's done playing. It would seem as though he's really found a home there. He misses down low. 1-1. A couple of times had been signed from Sugarland. 2012 by the Phillies, 2013 by the Diamondbacks. Now move to first, diving back is Pounds. One, and a swing and a miss. Fastball up. Wonder if it might have been up out of the zone. It looks good to the hitter, though. 1-2 on Ferdinand. And Wright ready. Back to the plate. And it misses up and away. When he went to AAA with the Phillies in 2012, he pitched well at Lehigh Valley, but suffered an injury and didn't quite get to finish what he started there. He deals, and a swing and a drive in center. Almonte turns, sprinting back, and it's off the base of the fence. And Pounds will be sent around third. No relay. He scores. Revs are on the board. It's 3-1. And Nick Ferdinand drills an RBI double to the base of the fence in center field. Drives in his 16th. Another extra base hit. And so far, he's driven in all 3 for the Revs over the last 2 nights. Well, that breaks the ice on the board. Brandon Boggs is coming up. Gary Gaetti is heading out. Walks across the third base line.
And this is not a surprise if he's going to pull right here. He might not, hasn't made the call yet, but the Skeeters, as of late, have blown a lot of leads late in games, and they don't want this, obviously, to become something bigger than it already is, but now down only 2 runs, this deficit seems a lot more surmountable, Daryl.
Yeah, Sugarland their biggest issue, especially of late, and Wright is going to stay in. They are 37-37 overall, but they have 14 blown saves in 14 losses by their bullpen. It has not been a bullpen that Gary Gaetti is anxious to get to. And last night, they coughed up a 3-0 lead in the ninth, giving up 4 to Southern Maryland.
Just keep the game close and you have a chance against this team.
Here's Brandon Boggs. First pitch misses away. He is grounded out and struck out tonight. Jacob Calderon is on deck in the spot vacated by Talvin Nash. He was hit by a pitch last inning. Next one to Boggs is high, 2-0. Sugarland earlier this year had a 10-game winning streak, but then followed it with a 7-game losing streak, which cost them all that momentum when it looked like they might be sprinting straight toward a first-half crown. There's the stretch, the 2-0. That's high and away. Wright punches into his glove. Next pitch will be his 99th of the night and maybe facing his final hitter. And Boggs takes a strike. It was down in the zone. He was gearing up, though. And I wonder, had it been up where he wanted it, would he have turned it loose? Now 3-1. And right to the stretch and steps off. Wants to see the signs again from Travis Scott. Now he's ready. The 3-1 nearly hit Boggs. That misses in tight. And ball 4, and Boggs didn't like it that he came that far in. He spikes his bat down and did not seem to be thrilled as he heads to first, and that'll be all for Matt Wright. Gary Gaetti makes his way to the mound again. And Jacob Calderon will be facing Derek Blacksher, I believe. Still up down there. So that's all for Wright tonight. 5 2/3. It'll be up to the bullpen to hold it for him. Issues his second walk. Boggs looked a little miffed at that pitch up and in. And, of course, the Revs lost Talvin Nash last inning with one that nailed him on the arm. If that was in Boggs' head a little bit there or not. Blacksher will come in. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Jacob Calderon will be facing a different right-hander. Revs down 3-1 here in the bottom of the sixth. Nick Ferdinand, a 2-out RBI double. And after Boggs kept the inning alive, they are now looking for more. Well, fans, once again, the fan club still with a few seats left on the bus trip to Camden on August 1st to see the Revs play on the road. And reservations can be made up until Thursday this week. It'll be a fun trip as always. Cannonball Charlie will be traveling along and has some things planned. He'll be throwing out a first pitch along with one lucky winner from the bus trip as well. Drinks, snacks, and Ritas will be on the trip. And door prizes as well. $49 for a fan club member. And for non-members, you can go too. Just $64 for the entire trip. Stop by the fan club table by the main entrance on the concourse here at Santander Stadium. And you can sign up to see the Revs play on the road August 1st in Camden. Blacksher getting set to step in. Here in relief tonight. And for Blacksher this season, he's gone 2-2 with a 2.18 ERA in 17 games, 5 starts. Sugar Land is a team, 4th in the league in ERA at 3.37. Against York, just 2.43. They pitch better at home, though, 2.62 at home, 4.24 on the road. But Blacksher has been a solid swing guy for them. And here's Calderon to face him, his first at-bat of the night. Calderon's been held without a hit in 11 at-bats his last 3 games. Average has slipped to 257, but he is a threat. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1. And 3 home runs, 11 ribbies. On the stretch, a look back, and the 1-0. And a swing and a line drive, base hit right center. Around third is Ferdinand to score. Boggs hustling into third. And Jacob Calderon with a line drive RBI single. And it's 3-2 here in the 6th. His first at bat of the night. Jumped on one early in the sequence and ripped a line drive out toward right center. A 1-run game. And here's Salvador Paniagua with first and third, and the inning continues. Paniagua a fly out and a ground out. And Blacksher with the pitch and a swing and a miss. He chased down in the dirt. Revs were down 3-0, but have scored twice with 2 outs this inning. Both charged to right. Boggs on at third, is Wright's runner as well. There's the stretch from Blacksher. And the 0-1 swing and a miss. Another slider. And this one broke across the strike zone, but Paniagua unable to connect. Blacksher set once more. The 0-2 and a slider just down and away. He lays off.
Well, a definite high point that you can add to these runs in the 6th there, that they've come with 2 outs. It's the situation that the Revs have struggled on both sides of the field.
The 1-2 and a swing and a miss. Gave him nothing but sliders. And strikes out Paniagua on 4 pitches. Only threw 1 ball in that sequence. But the Revs are on the Skeeters' tails at the end of 6. They scored 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 runners left. It's a 1-run game. 3-2 our score as we head to the 7th.
Core Design Group, a local architectural and structural engineering firm, is celebrating 10 years of serving its partners in York County and beyond. Core specializes in commercial, healthcare, houses of worship, industrial, higher education, and residential. For more information, visit our new website at www.core-designgroup.com or call 717-741-2046.
Looking for something cool to do this weekend? Looking for a different kind of family fun? Come to the coolest place in town, York Ice Arena. Get on the ice with your friends for Rock and Skate. The last Friday of each month. Every Wednesday is family night with free skate rentals for the whole family. And remember, the coolest place in town is also available for the coolest birthday party in town. For party package prices and public skating times, check out YorkSkate.com. Want to learn to skate? Want to suit up and learn how to play some hockey? Come to the coolest place place in town, York Ice Arena. Learn to skate programs are now available for all ages, for every skating ability. Class levels range from beginner to freestyle, where you'll learn basic jumps, spins, and footwork. And skating rental is included. Or get on the ice for York Ice Arena hockey programs. Taught by Ice Arena coaches, boys and girls can learn proper techniques for the game. Rental equipment is available. Group skating lessons and beginner hockey programs are forming now. Plus, York City residents get a 50% discount. Register today. Go to yorkskate.com.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Go to the 7th inning. Tyrell Harris will take over. A nice night. Partial cloud cover, but twilight here this evening. A pretty sky as Harris gets ready to come on. Second outing, second straight day for Tyrell Harris. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Ray, we just had a chance to meet Cale Sanderson here in the booth. Pretty strong handshake that the man has.
Yeah, he went a little soft on me, which I appreciate. You know. I'm a little sore. I'm just getting back into training regularly, so definitely Cale Sanderson in a lot better shape than I am. Probably, definitely you too.
Now, what's that mean?
You know what I mean. It's nice to see. You know, definitely, even though I'm more of a professional wrestling fan, use air quotes on that, but definitely respect a man with as much mad ability as Cale.
Amadeus is way to leads off, and Harris fires a strike. Do you mean a fan of staged wrestling?
Yeah, you can call it that. I'll call it like it is. Hey, a lot of great collegiate wrestlers ended up making it big in the staged wrestling.
It's a breaking ball for strike 2 called. It's his way to the K-man tonight. He's lined out to short and center.
Got close to getting him to strike out in the 5th. Had a lengthy at-bat against Gailey.
The slider just sailed outside here, 1-2. Harris a 1-2-3 inning in his debut yesterday. The wind and the 1-2 swung on and popped foul. First base side, Perez giving chase. And lands a couple of rows in. Bovon ran out of the way, holding his seat against his rear end as he ran with it. Rather than to drop it and leave it as an obstacle for Perez, he got the whole thing out of there. It's a great teammate for you. Harris will try it again. And a slider in the dirt as his weight delays off. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, a final in that suspended game in Lancaster. Barnstormers win it 6-5 in 13 innings. Lance Zawadzki with a walk-off home run to right field, of course.
Flipper special.
2-2, and that's upstairs. Are we bitter, Ray?
No. Well, Zawadzki did struggle when he came to York last series, so he honestly definitely needed that home run to sort of get back in rhythm.
Last fastball at 92 from Harris. The payoff pitch missed inside at 92, and he slaps his glove, upset with himself. Now the new guy shows a little fire. Upset that he ends up walking Zazueta, but he's on to begin the inning. Top of the order, and Kevin Russo, who's 0 for 3 on his night. Well, Harris ready. And the first pitch, a fastball. That's a strike, also at 92, outer half. Harris, a big horse. He's 6'5", 240. Where he's listed. The 0-1, and a breaking ball down low. I guess they are playing the home run derby. Evidently, the torrential downpours have moved away. 1-1, runner goes, and it's ripped toward the middle, and it sneaks under the glove of Patterson into center. Ends his way to races to third base. It'll be a base hit, but Patterson nearly came up with it. Russo slapped it up the middle. Patterson was heading there to cover with the runner going, which gave him a chance. Oh, looking at the replay, that went right under the glove and through the legs. He was there. Maybe he even got screened a little bit since it was up the middle, right past Harris. It's first and third with nobody out. That hit him on the end of the glove and then snuck through. Here's Denny Almonte. First pitch is checked, swung the other way, and it's going to find the hole. Reynolds keeps it in the infield, but a run scores on the infield hit. And it's a 4-2 Sugarland lead here in the 7th inning. Right after the Revs had climbed back within a run. A check swing, and he poked it, and Pounds dove, deflected it. A run would have scored anyway at that point. Deflected it to Mikey, who kept it in the infield, but they had no play. Unbelievable. Infield hit, RBI. Here's Delwyn Young. And Harris misses high and away. These are the things that, when you're going well, say a runner goes, and your fielder's right there, he makes that play. Turns it into a miraculous double play as Harris misses outside 2-0. Or the check swing is right at the third baseman instead of in the hole. But the Revs obviously have not played well at all, but they also have not had hardly any breaks. 2-0. And a swing and a foul out of play off to the left. Harris victimized on the leadoff walk as well. He was ahead of Zizweta, but unable to finish him off. 2 strike situations have killed the Revs this season. Now Harris steps off. And ready again after a long look. 2-1, and he misses high. 3 balls and a strike. First and second with still no outs here in the 7th inning. Now they'll stir in the bullpen. It appears to be Edward Paredes who will start to get ready. 3-1, and it's upstairs, and Young walks. And that'll load the bases with no outs. Paniagua heading out for a word. By the way, we failed to name our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest participant tonight. It's Mike Adams. Mike, good luck if the Revs player goes yard in the latter stages of this one. Win a prize pack courtesy of the Revs and Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. It's Travis Scott with the bases loaded and no outs. And Harris with the pitch, and it's just outside for ball 1. Scott a pop-up, a walk, a single tonight. 2 RBIs away from tying Sugarland's all-time record, and he bats here with them loaded. 1-0, and a foul tip back into the net. What's going on, Ray?
No, nothing important.
Okay. You sure?
Oh, yeah.
Long look. Harris trying to get together with Paniagua, and Scott tires of waiting and asks for time. And now ready with it. The 0-1. And a chopper. Right side. Diving stop. Perez couldn't make a throw from his knees to second, but he will get the out at first. He's upset with himself that he couldn't make the play to second, but they do get the out at first base. It's 1 RBI on the ground out for Travis Scott. His first in his last 8 games, and he's now within 1 ribby of tying the Sugarland record, as it's his 130th all-time with the Skeeters. 3-1 on the connection, and Perez sprawled out to make that stop. From both knees, he was trying to get the grip to make a throw to second base and could not, but he did the right thing and diverted his attention to first, still able to get an out there. Harris just outraced Scott. Here's Chris Wallace, second and third, infield in, and he swings and misses on a first pitch slider. It is now 5-2, with Russo crossing the plate on that play. Now the 0-1, and a swing and a foul off to the first base side, up over the roof. Revs with all 4 infielders up on the grass. Nothing to lose. Trailing 5-2, you have to try to cut down additional runs. And the 2-strike pitch, a swing and a miss on a slider in the dirt. Paniagua tags him out. And it's the second out of the inning. All right, here comes Mays. Left-hand hitting. Johan Lamonta is due up, and they'll go to Paredes. 22 pitches for Harris, and he had pitched yesterday. Mace will take the ball. Harris upset with the run as he pounds his mitt and heads off to the York dugout. Paredes is in next. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. We'll go back to our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard while we have a moment. I mentioned Lancaster won the suspended game in 13 innings, resuming it in the 6th. Lance Sawadsky with a walk-off home run in the 13th to win it 6-5, a game that counts in the first half. And that closes the first half officially for every team. Lancaster officially finishes the first half at 28-42. Long Island at 46-24. You know, Ray, doesn't it kind of stink that the Revs are one of 4 teams, 4 who were at least 14 games under in the first half?
That is a shame, but seeing to this unbalanced schedule in the league, Misery loves company. And the Barnstormers, the Revs, the River Sharks, and the Bluefish all struggling this season. I'm not saying the unbalanced schedule was a sole factor, but you can put some other ones in there. And some travel's been hitting these teams hard, especially the Revs having to take 2 trips to Sugar Land in the first half, which is tough on any team. It's something that the league's trying out, but not working for some teams. And
I'm sure Somerset loved it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I wouldn't complain if I was a Somerset fan, that's for sure. Accruing almost 50 wins at this point in the season. End of the day, you just got to win games, and the Revs understand that. It's just hard to not look at the other factors that come into play.
Somerset played Lancaster and Bridgeport all the time in the first half. A couple other games. Southern Maryland has gone in front 2-1 in Bridgeport. They're now in the 7th. Camden and Somerset have each scored a run. Still tied in the 7th inning there, 1-1. Well, here's Johan Lamonte. Paredes will face his former teammate. The infield now backing up. 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. And he starts him with a slider for a strike. Just about to nightfall here in York tonight as we approach 9 p.m.
Beautiful sunset. It was spritzing here and there earlier, so nice to have nice weather for this game.
On the 0-1. Sliders, swing and a miss. Lamonte 1 for 3 with an infield hit. Now Eddie ready. Nods yes, and the 0-2. Breaking ball popped up. Pounds at third. Hustling toward the Skeeters dugout. Has room. Makes the catch on the warning track in foul territory to end the inning. Sugar Land scores twice, though, on 2 hits. 2 runners left in scoring position. 7th inning stretch tonight in York. Revs trail 5-2.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. With a full spectrum of care, including sports nutrition, concussion management, orthopedic surgery, and physical therapy, our winning team can help you prevent an injury or treat one. For immediate care, call 1-877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
Basketball camps are still ongoing at York College of Pennsylvania in the Grumbacher Sport and Fitness Center. The 2nd Spartan Boys Basketball Camp will be held July 27th to July 30th. The camp for boys aged 7 to 9 will be running from 9 to 12, and the camp for boys aged 10 to 15 will be running from 9 to 4. There will also be a shooting camp hosted for both boys and girls. The Spartan Shooting Camp for boys and girls will be running August 3rd to August 6th. The camp is for boys and girls aged 10 to 18, and that will be running from 9 to 12. For registration information, visit ycpspartans.com or contact York College head men's basketball coach Matt Hunter via phone at 717-849-1614 or via email at mhunter2@ycp.edu.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs trail 5-2. As we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, Blacksher will stay in. And unfortunately, the momentum gained from last inning was given right back. The Revs scored 2. The Skeeters answered with 2 and lead by 3 for the 2nd time. James Simmons with an awkward first swing on a slider from Blacksher. No balls and a strike. Was caught in between on that cut and did not get a very good rip at it. He's struck out both times tonight. And the 0-1. Swung on, grounded foul past Polo at third. Blacksher ready. And the 0-2. Fastball, he buried it low. Tomorrow night, Logan Williamson is back on the bump. Tim Stauffer makes his Sugar Land debut. 6:30 tomorrow and Wednesday, and then 11 a.m. on Thursday for camp day. Pitch to Simmons is swung on and missed on a fastball down. Blacksher has struck out his last two hitters. Simmons down on strikes for the third time tonight. We go to the top of the order, and Mikey Reynolds. 1 for 3. First inning single and a stolen base. First pitch, a fastball low and away. He's now 4 for 12 since coming back from that injury. (1-0), and that's up and in. Really?
That was worth it. You know what? That was completely worth it. No regrets on that one. Absolutely none.
There's a swing and a miss. It's 2-1. What were you trying to do?
Just get it away from me.
What was it?
A spider.
Oh.
I will not have spiders in this booth, sir.
And what happened then?
The pen just flew out of my hands. Good thing I have a spare. And by a spare, I mean yours.
Sure, I get it back.
Will do.
2-1, and it misses down low, a slider. Was that a pencil?
Yeah, it was a pencil. I think that was Chris's pencil.
Who uses that anymore?
Chris. Sorry, Chris.
If he comes back tomorrow night, he's going to be looking for it. So 3-1, and it's right there for a strike.
I'll grab it during the break.
When we were in Sugar Land, something particularly frustrating happened on the field, and I threw my pen down on the desk, and it bounced right out the window.
Nearly hit a gentleman.
Nearly. It's the 3-2, and this one sprayed foul into the stands in right. And I was late coming back. I went out to retrieve it to their little dining area in front of the press box, and had to politely ask him to move. It was right under his seat. And he said, "Oh, you're throwing things at me." He had no idea. As Reynolds fights one off right in on the hands, and it glanced off his foot and rolled partway out to the mound. Well, that one stung, and he'll walk it off. But said to him, "No, sir, I'm definitely not. It just fell out the window."
Thinks he didn't pull a Russell Crowe and throw a phone out the window and have it hit somebody.
Well, maybe if we played them 30 times, that might happen.
Yeah.
Another one is tapped foul behind the plate. Blacksher tried to crowd Reynolds in uncomfortably again. I don't know if the Skeeters have done that more tonight than usual, but there's a few that stand out, and obviously the big one being the one that clobbered Nash right above his left elbow. Hopefully we get a good report afterward. 3-2 again, and a swing and a liner in left field. Coming in is Lamonta, and it hangs up for him. Mikey with a little too much air under it. Lamonta able to scoot in and make the grab. 2 outs in the 7th. Here's Eric Patterson with 2 outs. What is everybody in the other room watching? I guess the home run derby?
Most likely. Guess they don't have to hear the call. Back. Probably sent a lot.
First pitch strike to Patterson.
On the Rich Eisen show, they were having the over-under on how many times Chris Berman would say back. Even as a guest caller on their show.
Was he a guest?
Yes, he was.
There's a ground ball to first. 2 hops, and Young has it near the line. He'll take it himself, and the inning's over. 1, 2, 3 go the Revs in the 7th. We go to the 8th. It's a 5-2 Sugarland lead.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Revolution! Woo! The Cowboy Monkeys are back at Santander Stadium, August 11th. Revolution Baseball is better than ever. 2015 brings incredible entertainment, amazing giveaways, and of course, fireworks. The world-famous Cowboy Monkey Rodeo is back August 11th, performing between innings and post-game. Get your tickets at YorkRevolution.com. Revolution!
The Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 8th. Revs trail 5-2. Stephen Penny comes on. Pitching change is brought to you by Maple Donuts. I'm still trying to figure out what these Skeeters uniforms look like. It's like charcoal colored.
Like, road gray is typical for a team on the road, but they're just of a different material that makes them, I guess, shiny.
Yeah, this is not road gray.
Yeah.
It's like gothic gray. First pitch from Penny is chopped to third. 1 hop to Pounds, who backhands and throws it across. Boy, Palmero was trying to ambush, wasn't he? He fired away, but chopped it to Pounds, who handles it. 1 down in the 8th. And you got the pen back, or the pencil back.
I did. It didn't go far, which I don't know whether it's an insult to my arm strength or, it was an awkward toss. My defense did go through a spider web. So
more of a flip.
Yeah.
Rennie Osuna goes around on a check swing. It's a strike.
Had to find it with some peanuts. Some fans and near where my pencil had landed had consumed some peanuts earlier.
There's a swing and a pop-up. At short, Mikey drifts out into shallow left center and squeezes. 2 down. Well, they've held Osuna to 1 for 4 on the night. Here's Amadeus' way to the K-man. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run. Penny's pitch swung on and fouled back upstairs. Bang. I've noticed that even though you have Chris's pencil back, you're still using my pen.
Yeah. There we go. I used it yesterday to no complaints.
There's a rip off the the chair next to Rami in the Revs bullpen. He didn't even move other than to grab a beverage after it ricocheted off. It was not hit softly, but it also was not at him, so why bother moving? 0-2, and it sinks down and in. Zueto for 2 with a walk and a run. There's the 1-2 from Penny, and a swing and a dribbler foul, third base side on the big splitter. He just got a piece. It's a 5-2 Sugarland lead in the 8th.
You made a compliment towards Penny today that turned out to be a gigantic mistake.
I did?
You did. Before the rant, Penny and Beau Vaughn were observers. He commented on Penny's chest hair in his low-hanging warm-up, and he just ripped it like Superman and immediately regretted that.
There's a tapper behind the plate. Another foul ball. Well, I told him it was impressive, so he decided that it wasn't impressive enough and decided to show more. He's got that shirt that he turned into a V-neck.
Now it's a deep, deep V-neck.
Another 1-2. Splitter grounded towards short. Mikey to his left, cuts it off. Oh, what a play! He got him. Mikey Reynolds way to his left, and he gloved it, and while running sideways towards center field, made the off-balance throw, all-arm, an acrobatic play. It's a 1-2-3 8th inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Revs still trail 5-2.
Remember when the goal was to see how fast you could run home from school, play 99 straight innings of wiffle ball, or jump up onto anything? At WellSpan Health, we think making time to play is still a great goal. Being healthy is how you get there. And just in case your grown-up body can't keep up with your inner child, WellSpan Orthopedics walk-in injury care is there to help with a team specially trained in treating sprains, strains, and broken bones. If you have a WellSpan primary care physician, your visit is added to your electronic health record so your doctor may coordinate any follow-up care. You never need an appointment, and both our Apple Hill location in York and our new Hanover Orthopedics location are open evenings and weekends. You can get all the details about orthopedic walk-in injury care at wellspan.org/injury. At WellSpan Health, it's our goal to help you get healthy and stay healthy, no matter how old you are or how young you feel.
Summer is about taking time for what really matters. Spending time with the family, enjoying nature's beauty, having a healthy lawn you can be proud of, plus the time to enjoy it. With Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, you get world-class environmentally responsible lawn care from a hometown team. The result is a vibrant, beautiful lawn that turns heads and boosts curb appeal. Visit us at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Five to 2, Sugarland leads. Right-hander Ramon Delgado is on out of the Skeeters bullpen. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Ryan Pounds will get things started. Did Adam add a little Latin accent to that introduction?
He typically does. That's probably why he picked Amadeo Zazueta as the K-man. What's more... I guess more tongue is the best way to put it.
It is always nice to have Adam around for an evening.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It gives me a break from doing PA.
Nice to have you here, Ray.
Glad to be here.
First pitch to Brian Pounds is popped up at first base. Delwyn Young, and he'll catch it. That was up there for a while. And he makes the play at first. 1 pitch, 1 out. Well, if you want some statistics to make you gag, lost tonight, the Revs would be 4-13 against Sugar Land this season, 2-7 here. They would fall to 28-49 all time against them, 12-26 in this building. That does not make sense. I mean, that includes some playoff teams. Here's Perez, grounds the first one to short. Zazueta's got it. He throws it across, and Delgado with 2 outs on 2 pitches here in the bottom of the 8th. Revs, since the 2012 season when they went 10-10 in the series, would fall to just 18-39 and 7-21 at home against them. Now that we've all thrown up, here's Nick Ferdinand, who takes down low. He is 2 for 3 tonight. RBI double off the base of the fence in center back in the 6th. That got the Revs on the board. A 1-0, and that's just outside. Tonight, the 77th meeting all time. I hope the next 77 are at least somewhat better. 2-0. And just off away. Causes Delgado to stare in for a bit of extra time. And now he's set. 3-0. And that's over for a strike. Don't stand next to Matt Beaver on that 3-0 strike call, or you might get a jab.
Well, not to his right.
Not to his right, that's right. 3-1. And it's high and tight as Ferdinand draws the walk. Now, he's been on base 3 out of 4 times tonight. Here's Brandon Boggs. Boggs 0 for 2 with a walk. Delgado's first pitch, a called strike on the outside corner. He's been excellent in 14 outings, 1 start, which was here. 1-0 with a 1.37 ERA. It's the 0-1. And he got that one over for a strike, off speed. Stretch, the 0-2. Just missed away, and a good take from Boggs. That's one that could get you to extend it, especially since you had just taken 2 strikes already. You want to swing at some point in the at-bat, but he showed discipline. 1-2, and that just missed inside as he jackknifes out of the way. 2-2 to Boggs. Ferdinand a lead from first, and the pitch. And a swing at a ground ball to first. One easy hop to Delwyn Young, who will step on the bag and end the inning. Revs with a 2-out walk. That's all in the bottom of the 8th. And we go to the 9th tonight. Sugar Land in front, 5-2.
Tennis used to be a very polite game. Today, tennis
Ace
raises a racket.
Flying feet.
The style, the play, and the players are intense, athletic, and hard-charging. Flying Feet Sports Shoes welcomes the evolution of tennis and its battling players with a full line of specialty tennis shoes worthy of the new game. These aren't stand-around look-pretty shoes. These are co-conspirators for the court. Shoes that will endure opponent after opponent, match after match. Shoes that move when and how you move and stop at your command. Shoes that fit and feel good so your feet are ready and able to take that next set. Flying Feet's team includes Asics, New Balance, Wilson, and K-Swiss in widths that fit. And the Flying Feet staff is always on the sidelines ready to help with your selection. Tennis, it's a whole new game. Be prepared to play it well. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, just off exit 18 of I-83, right behind Domino's in York.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
He's a great man. Was Muhammad Ali a thug? He was colorful, controversial. But this is a guy who did something before anybody else did it. And we were okay with it. A lot of us were okay because of how Ali looked. Handsome, well-spoken, and poetry. There was charisma to it. Richard Sherman just came out of a game and started yelling right in our face.
Dan Patrick on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. First in York, first in sports.
Top of the ninth, Josh Judy comes in. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts, a 5-2 Sugarland lead. Now, one thing, Ray, the Revs, in the midst of this lengthy series winless streak, which unfortunately was prolonged yesterday. In the last 3 series, they had won the opener, only to go on to lose the next 2 or 3, but well, if they don't come back tonight, maybe they'll reverse that trend and flip the script.
That's definitely would be nice to see, but trying to keep this game close and move on to the next one if worse comes to pass and they don't come back against the Skeeters.
Well, Sugarland has blown their share of leads here lately. And Josh Judy facing Kevin Russo leading off, and he misses low to begin the inning.
And while the Skeeters are at 500 even, this is a team that's had almost similar struggles as the Revs in terms of just team chemistry, getting the right guys out there. They've had some injury concerns as well. Even though they're trying to make a play in the Freedom Division and they're a little bit better record-wise, they still have the same problems as the Revs do at some points.
And this one chipped softly on one hop to second. Patterson handles it in a short toss to first. Go down as a one-hop ground out, one away. Yeah, similar issues. Unfortunately, not as drastic in terms of wins and losses, but
just seeing them struggle as much as they have at home this season is the most surprising factor of the nice of a ballpark that they have.
Here's Denny Almonte. He swings and bounces a foul down to their first base coach, David McDaniel, who whiffed on it. That one will not make Sugarland's year-end highlight video. It's the 0-1. And a swing and a high fly ball in left. Ferdinand's got this one lined up. He had his hand out just in case, but plenty of room as he backed up onto the track. 2 down. Delwyn Young to the plate. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Southern Maryland a 2-1 lead in the 9th in Bridgeport. Somerset's gone in front, 2-1, hosting Camden in the 8th. Lancaster an early 1-0 lead on Long Island in the 2nd in game, well, it's not really game 2, but the originally scheduled game as Judy misses inside on Young. The game that counts in the second half. Young on base every time tonight. 2 hits, 2 walks. And he swings and misses here on a high fastball. One of his hits tonight, a double, and a run scored to go with it. He's now up to 254. The 1-1. And he broke his bat, grounds it to second, and it hopped up off Patterson's glove and into right. Charged with his second error of the night. And the Revs' third of the game. And that was routine as it gets. And he looked bewildered as it deflected away. Broken bat brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Ray, what would you do if you had an ash tree?
Well, if I have an ash tree, and I believe I have a problem with those nasty little bugs called emerald ash borers, I'd contact the fine folks at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care.
HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. Here's Travis Scott, who takes high. So do you have an ash tree?
I have no idea. We have plants at my house. What type they are, I don't know. Some are trees, some are shrubs. Some have thorns that I don't particularly care for.
The 1-0. And it misses down and in. I'm trying to figure out, we had a pumpkin seed that fell into the ground, and now that has taken off, blocking the stairs, the steps. If they're inside, there's stairs. If they're outside, there's steps. Here's the 2-0. And a swing and a foul tip. Ricocheted off maybe Paniagua and Beaver. But it might lead to a nice pumpkin at the end of all of that, so I don't really know what to do with it.
I'm sure Peyton can have fun with that if it's a really nice forming pumpkin and do some carving.
She might get lost in it at the rate it's growing.
Might be the size of Connor when it's done.
It's the 2-1. And a swing and a miss. Good fastball from Judy. Travis Scott tonight, 1 for 3. RBI ground out in the 7th. And his next RBI will tie him for the Sugarland's all-time record of 131. I believe it's Josh Presley. Young goes before the pitch, and it's popped up foul. Paniagua giving a look and back into the stands. Young tried to time Judy's delivery and took off.
Might have hit somebody in the shoulder in the stands. Almost right where Telvin Nash was hit by a pitch, actually. Right under the shoulder, it seemed. She seems all right, though.
Now Judy ready. Another 2-2. And a ground ball just foul down the line at first. Right past Rami, who saw no reason to flinch on that one either. Down against their tarp. Or actually our tarp. We're at home tonight. Well, it says here that his next RBI would tie the record, but it doesn't say who. Here's a swing and a fly ball to left. Ferdinand drifting back. It carries, and it's off the wall. Bounces off. Simmons over to help out in left. He'll fire in. And Scott with a double. No RBI. Young can only make it to third, but the inning goes on. Second and third. And that thing just kept going. And it hit right near the edge of the manual scoreboard with Ferdinand kind of drifting back with it. The way it left the bat, it looked like he'd have a play, but it just kept going.
He had a solid track on it, just ran out of space, and that ball had some late speed track onto it, similar to Patrick Palmero's solo home run, but obviously lower.
Here's Chris Wallace. 1 for 4 with a double, an RBI, and a run. It's Sugarland's 10th hit. First pitch fastball is over for a strike. Spider again.
Yep. That thing is dead. You can hear from the taps of the pencil.
And this time you didn't lose your grip.
No mercy.
It's the 0-1. And a swing on a high fly ball in deep right center. How far is this one going to carry? It is gone onto the lawn in right center. And Chris Wallace, who has done a season's worth of damage here at Santander Stadium, he's back for another 4 games. And a 3-run homer here in the 9th makes it 8-2. All 3 are unearned. Man, oh man. He's driven in 4 runs tonight. Gives him 18 in 15 games against York. Here's Johan Lamonte. And he swings and sends a foul the other way and left and out of play. 18 RBIs in 15 games against York, 6 home runs. 6 out of his 9 for the year, and 4 have been hit here in this ballpark. The 0-1, and a slider bends across but stays high. Lamonte 1 for 4 tonight. Sugarland's second home run. There's the 0-1. And it misses outside a breaking ball. It is the 49th home run they've hit as a team this year, second in the league behind Lancaster. And despite playing in a spacious park at home, the 1-1, that's high and away. Or apparently it was 2-1, now it's 3-1. Revs have given up a league-high 52 home runs this year. And now 34 in 39 home games. Only 18 in 35 road games. Pitch. And that's inside, and Lamonte walks. Well, Judy now, who appeared that he was out of the inning routinely, but a 2-out error. Patterson just putting his hand to his face at second base, walking around with his hands on his hips. Had a tough night. And Judy now at 21 pitches, and oh geez, look at that thing. Time called as Palmero backs out, a ball loose from Sugarland's bullpen that came speeding across the infield. It's probably going to end up being a, hate to say it, but fairly meaningless 9th inning for the closer, and he's thrown now 22 pitches in this inning. And he starts Palmero with a slider for a strike. Palmero 1 for 4, a home run in the 5th. Pitch and a breaking ball, swung on and missed. Did not get cheated. He was hoping it would hang for him. He's been up there swinging to launch the last couple of innings. The 0-2 and a slider froze him. It's a called third strike. He's got some words for Matt Beaver. Sugarland deals one final blow, though, offensively. A 3-run homer by Chris Wallace. 2 hits, an error that made them all unearned, and 1 runner left. And we'll go to the bottom of the 9. 8-2, Sugarland.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, president of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3860. 4879, or my mobile is 487-2096, or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
Broadway Transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man.
I know they help me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the ninth, it's 8-2 Sugarland. Jacob Calderon will lead off. And a lefty is on for the Skeeters. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. I don't believe they've announced who it is yet. First pitch to Calderon is bounced to second base off the end of the bat. 3 hops to Osuna, who gets Calderon by a stride. He was hustling all the way. He will go 1 for 2 on his night.
That's Derek Lubin, I believe, on the mound for them.
Thank you, Ray. Here's Salvador Paniagua. Delgado's still on the sideboard, but it's definitely not him. As Loop misses down low.
Unless he's a switch thrower.
Yeah. 1-0. And a breaking ball called strike. Well, the pitch, that's way upstairs. Tomorrow night, we'll be back on at 6:10. 6:30 first pitch. It's Etline Customer Appreciation Night, and we're also wearing special jerseys tomorrow. As a breaking ball bends across for a strike. 2-2. Custom jersey auction presented by PSECU, and we'll have a chat with one of their representatives on the pregame tomorrow. You can bid on that special jersey during the game tomorrow night. Silent auction. 2-2. And it's just outside.
Jerseys, of course, have their signature hot air balloon symbol on them. Pretty nice designs on them. Definitely worth a bid.
Foul tip, back to the net. 3-2, it holds. Wednesday night, Jurassic Park night, featuring a live animatronic dinosaur. Also, Crab Feast in the Mezzogiorno Picnic Pavilion. You can upgrade your ticket for that. Another 3-2, and it just missed away. Good eye from Paniagua as Loop tried to backdoor a slider but walks him. Here's James Simmons. Tough night tonight. 3 at-bats, 3 strikeouts. Trying to re-find the stroke that he had with Bridgeport last season. Had a tough first half with them compared to what he's normally done, and he was off for a full week as well before signing with York. He looks at a strike here. He's now 2 for 13 with the Revs. Thursday at 11 a.m. is camp day. Also a business person's lunch special. And field box ticket plus a meal for $18. The ball outside, 1-1. So then you can actually tell the boss you really are going to lunch. And you can sneak over here. The 1-1. Slider, a called strike. Tickets on sale, YorkRevolution.com, 717-801-HITS, and at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office. A 1-2. And a ground ball at short. To his right is Zizweta to second for one, and the turn is dug out at first. And the ball game is over. A 6-4-3 double play to end it. Zizweta had to go a long way to his right, but gloved it, and Osuna made the turn in time, even on Simmons, as Young picked it out. For the Revs in the ninth, no runs, hits, errors, nobody left. Final score, Sugarland 8, York 2, as the Skeeters take the opener. And we'll have the post-game show to come right after this.